Hey guys, Shy here, and I play Lucy the Gunner from the D20Misfits. So this isn't Sun Sand and Fungies, and worms are apparently huge, and birds are even bigger. So, yeah. So, do the usual. Smash the buttons for, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and, we'll make sure to take the back seat this time and listen to our Your Star Child. That's you, Viking. You're a Star Child. So other than that, yeah. If you have to go to the bathroom, please hit the pause button and don't take it with you into the bathroom because that could be awkward. What do you, Franklin? Bye!
So, before we jump into tonight's, I do have, a couple announcements. One, W has a brand new flavor.
Woo!
Those y'all don't know. And Friday I'm grabbing it because I'm just eager to try it.
What's the flavor?
The flavor is s'mores.
Oh, nice.
What?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
That's the whole reason why I want to get it.
Is it gonna be like chalky milk but water but instead of s'moresy flavor? Yeah.
I mean, you could
We don't
make
put
it.
Nesquik in
Or
water.
you, sorry, you.
Yes, chocolate
Same
water.
thing.
I mean, could you make
Sorry.
it with milk?
You can mix it technically with any liquid, W. So I wouldn't. That's that theory with milk. I mean, honestly. But I'm real curious to figure out what it is. To see what it tastes like.
That makes W with my energy drinks.
Die! No, but that's it.
That's a pitter
So that's a new one.
sir.
You guys can check
I've
out
already pitter popped.
at w.gg. Whatever. I'm curious to try it. Oh, and
That's horrible.
they also revealed what their mystery flavor was.
What is it?
The mystery tub, like when you get it.
What?
And it says mystery flavor, and everybody was trying to put on like, hey, what is it? And
Almost
a
a
lot of
little
guesses
berry.
were going through, and nobody came remotely close. And it's the most fucked up. It's cherry lollipop.
Oh,
I've
it's
never
almost
guessed
always berry flavored.
Didn't
Oh,
I
yeah.
say when I tried it that there was a predominant cherry flavor to it?
But couldn't figure out what it was. It was cherry lollipop, and I was like, oh, son of a bitch. But yeah, so you guys can check on to W. Links down in the description below. You can use our code D20Misfits10 to get 10% off all your orders.
Do it. Fuel the tummy.
Trust me, it's a game changer. Also, again, we are in the works. We are waiting for Four Horsemen to give us a date for our charity event for Wounded Warrior. No, he didn't. 2, I called, didn't answer.
I didn't see him at the store today, so.
So I'm gonna figure this out. Yeah. So we'll get there.
Eventually.
We're going to find a date, even if I'm going to go, hey, we're going to freaking do it. We're going to do it. Yeah, a lot of other things. And hey, who knows? You might see another thing here. I doubt it, but it might be too controversial. But might do a second game with whole different players.
What?
No, for roll. It's roll to hit.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Those are for first responders and veterans. So yeah, I had to do a whole bunch of paperwork, including an NDA. So yeah. But that'd be cool. So who knows? Y'all watching this, first responders, vets, if you want to get together, hey, let's chat. Let's do a game. Woo! And we still doing our stream to serve, so those who see it, link down below to go ahead and donate. But yeah, I think that's everything.
It's Extreme Surf.
Yeah,
Force my back.
Anyway, let's dive in to tonight from the last spot that I can recall. So, last we left off, the group, the Scales, now deeming themselves, drew the line of where they want to stand in this final fight when it comes to it. This final conflict with Grievous to figure out what they want to do. There are candidates in place for letting him take over and striking him down for somebody else takes the power of Divine and replaces the Platinum Dragon that we all knew. That's the line that they drew. Whether or not we follow that is a totally different ballgame. But going back to the tower where the Crimson King lies, catching up, giving him some material to read into the world as he laid sitting in his tower. The other doors still remained behind him. And the one door that we go to, the free fall effect happened. You guys all, one by one, landed in a land full of sand. A desert landscape with two suns. So the heat definitely creeps up on you. As you guys were trying to get a lay of the lands, as it were, saw a giant, looked to be a flying mechanical hammerhead flying through the sky. Closer inspection, it is a ship. And you see these, lack of better terms, these orbs drop from the ship, and as they landed, a gigantic worm pops out of the sand as if they were harvesting these worms for some reason. Trying to ascertain what was going on over there, the ground started rumbling and a secondary worm shot out. And you guys came face to face with a gigantic worm. And it was a rough fight, I'll tell you that. Some people got swallowed multiple times. But as the fight was drawing to a close, a couple of you guys noticed birds flying in the distance, and as flying very fast, and then seeing as they got close, they are huge. These gigantic falcon eagle-like birds. When their wingspans are fully out, it's a roughly 200 feet from wingspan to wingspan. From one wing to the other, 200 feet. Drop down, and these denizens of the land start talking in a language you don't understand. So one reached out and grabbed some beads off their necklace and gave them to you, as you guys, as he told you, put them onto your ear, and you guys were able to listen and actually understand what they were saying. You guys hitched a ride and came back to the palace, or the city within these sands, to where they initially clocked Nell as a stargazer. Don't know technically what that means, but they show reverence to you, and a full-on escort into the city, to the palace itself, to where you guys were already injured, wounded, and you guys wanted to heal, wanted to rest. So as they were preparing for your entry into the palace to meet the lord or lady of it, they pressed the wall and with their beads around their wrist, and these sarcophagi came out, opened up, and they all laid you in. And as it closed, that's where we ended. So let's see what happens tonight, and see what kind of claustrophobic phenomenons can we unfold. So stay tuned. So, as you guys lay there, what are your experiences laying within a coffin?
Is it just dark in there? Or is it, like, because if it's as
I remember he said it was humming too.
It was
So
humming.
it's humming.
So it's like
Sleep deprivation chamber.
Yep.
But there's no lights. There's no nothing going on.
It is solid darkness with a humming sound.
Close my eyes and hey,
Pass
I
the
have a
fuck
quiet place now.
out. Pass out. Nice and comfy. Pieces of comfort.
You're not on the floor. You're in some rough
Yeah.
too.
No,
Oh.
Weird question.
Weird answer.
but
With delving a
Eddie?
little bit into
or like
Spelljammer knowledge here, the
Like
ships,
how they normally.
the way they're powered, do they hum too? No? Those engines wouldn't hum inside?
For how massive it is, when you guys were there, it didn't make no sense.
I'm talking about on the interior. I'm actually asking.
It depends. Depends on the ship,
Okay.
to tell you the truth. Because for Spelljammer knowledge, as far as that goes, even being of the Astral Sea, even Amari would know this too, that there are all different types of vessels
Yes.
for the Spelljammer core itself. Depending if they're shipping cargo, if they're military, if they're scouting, all different brands all look differently, all act differently. The only thing that is the same throughout all of them is it requires a helm
Right.
and someone of magical attunement
Can
to
only
pilot.
That's. I know that. I'm
but
talking
it never. Some do, depending on how big the vessel is.
about. Okay.
Some are quiet, like your scouts or something like that, or more muffled because it is a low energy power that's doing it. But those are powered through arcane powers. That ship you didn't really fully inspect to know what's technically powering it.
I understand that. I'm just asking in general.
In general, it depends on the ship. That one did not. That one wasn't really like a loud humming or the sound of an engine going off. If anything, it was more wind-based. There wasn't like howling winds.
Yeah.
Something else was making it.
Like the ships in Exandria being powered by elementals.
Yes.
Follow-up question. Bo was asking about the interior as well of the sarcophagus. Is it hard-based, like a normal coffin, or is it actually any plush in it? Are you laying on something soft, or is it
here's the
hard?
best way I can describe it. Okay. Best way. I'm just trying to remember fully this. Okay. So the sarcophagus itself is a obsidian block that opens up and reveals a person-sized hole, as not like as the atomical man, but at their size. When you step in, what you don't realize is when you're moving around and shifting, and because you're not just standing still, but as just there. Kind of like the scene of Independence Day when they find the alien and they have to break through that little outer shell. That's what you're wrapped in. You just don't feel that, but you're actually you're mummified technically now.
Okay.
You do have these vinyl-esque wrappings that are over you when you move, that feeling that is restricting you. But yeah, other than that, it is humbly quiet. That's why I asked, what are your guys' personal experiences being in this? Because most of you guys, like Nell,
Likes open spaces.
Ryu, and all them, you guys are used to the open outside. You guys are used to forest, used to land, used to sleeping in beds. This is a close knit where it's barely any wiggle room. Like you can't roll over. You are laying flat down with your arms at your side, and you cannot move any more than that.
It is quiet. It is nice. There is no one around right now. She finally has her little quiet room.
And that's why I'm asking, what are you guys doing within these coffins? 'Cause you don't
Relaxing
know
with her
what
eyes
you're
shut.
doing.
Yeah, just relaxing. Not the worst place.
You're in a familiar land. Unfamiliar land. No idea what's going on. You are locked in a box.
And they said, "Do you want to go in here and rest?" It's like that's exactly what they said you're gonna do. You're not supposed to like while you're sleeping. So you're normal like asleep or some people asleep. That's what they said. So let them do.
Ryu, any personal experience, or Amari or Nell? Any personal experiences for this?
I mean, Ryu was technically they wanted for because he was the only escapee from that, so he kind of got used to being in tight quarters trying to hide.
Two different ball games, but
Tight quarters and being stuffed in a box.
literally
where
can't
it's
move.
quiet.
Solid darkness. You're laying in a box.
Well, it is not.
Like Sal would be freaking the fuck out. I'm just telling you that now. He'd be banging up trying to open this up.
That's, I mean,
Because he has wings, he's used to flying, he has no boundaries. That's what's, like, if he was there, he'd be freaking out.
like, Ryu would fight for a minute and like,
I can just see how like Bones would feel, because this is like of death. So I can see how that's nurturing. To the rest, it's a hard ball game here to process.
That, and I was also thinking that's not like the worst place she's, you know.
I don't know. We don't know that. They don't know that.
Yeah. There's like 3 different things happening because kind of cramped because wings in a box. So slightly uncomfortable, curious mostly because this is kind of like a new experience. Also very tired and frustrated, so kind of not being inside a worm is great.
Good point. Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, yeah.
yep.
Yeah. There are worse things.
That's gonna be.
I'm just like,
now that
oh,
she said
thank
it-
God.
Now that she said it, well,
You didn't get eaten, so
Yeah.
shush. So shush your
no, I'm
face.
sitting there going, well, could still be in the mouth of the worm.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Stealing thunder.
Well, I'm thinking more like, you know. Would we be like, since we got eaten, would we be all like slimy and crap? Oh, God.
Well, most of that
Glad I ain't that box.
probably would have flew off us on the way up here.
You would think.
Okay.
Because we
You
did
know?
just-
Well,
well, I mean,
I got
hope.
cat yet.
You know,
and stayed on.
okay, you're blowing it out depending on how you guys are sitting on that thing.
It got dried
The
on you.
person who's on the back end is getting smacked with a whole bunch of the access, slobber and regurgitate liquid that's within its stomach.
Whatever is left is
Well,
just
she
dried
does
on them.
yeah, we're gonna need that.
See, y'all are sticky.
It is also not completely dark in my coffin, so
Because you glow with
Yeah.
your amulet,
so if there's any kind of like, I don't know.
Writing, etching.
Yes, but also I wasn't sure if maybe there would be like little lines of light that would like go. I don't know what kind of. I don't know what technology makes this thing work.
Wow.
So if
You
there's-
could roll for that.
but with that in mind now, she just feels gross because she was clean and now she's all ugh. So, also she feels
I'm gonna say
gross.
with the tight quarters, any of the rolls will be considered disadvantage. So investigation, arcana, whatever.
So I've got a 17 and a 19.
So you can't really like look around to see.
Yeah. Investigation and Arcana are both a +1, so it would be 18 on either one of those.
Which one were you? Okay. What are you trying to look for specific?
I wasn't necessarily. I was more just curious about how it operated, so it probably would have been more along the lines of Arcana.
Okay. It's kind of familiar-esque magic. Like it gives you the necromantic feel because there are symbols within the coffin
Mm-hmm.
that are mostly maybe pyramids, but it's scattered all throughout. But the symbols don't know, but they kind of look in this way that they would be used for necrotic spell writing, but these symbols don't quite match up to what they should be. They have a faint, brief outline of this looks like some type of necromantic type spell work, but with the language and stuff like this that you don't even know yet,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to tell what's what.
Yep.
That's what I wanted.
I was wondering what
He was knocking on my coffin door.
No, but you do all hear that. And slowly, the lids.
Are we still like?
Immediately springs out.
Oh, you're like this then.
When you want to move and release, the straps, the wrappings on you actually detach,
Oh, cool.
retract back in.
Nice.
It sits up.
One hand and then the other just a.
stretching. Feel now.
Oh.
Well, that was peaceful. I'll have to try that again sometime.
The yawn was a paid actor.
And now when you look at them, these things themselves, the lid is floating off to the side. It's not attached by any means.
Spooky.
Just looks over.
You'd be like this. No?
No, if it's floating right over here.
It's literally,
So it
Wow.
would be.
and there's
You're
nothing, there's no
I don't know why I was
gears, there's
thinking they're
nothing.
upward, not downward.
Nothing
Just-
at all.
What sorcery is this?
And then they close back and feed back into the wall once you are out completely.
Nice.
Feeling rested, hearing the sounds of drum beats and all that as you look beyond in this room that you are waiting in. The ivory doors open. And inside is a massive grand hall. Massive. Goes on for at least a mile.
Great.
Good
More
lord.
walls.
The gods above.
Starchild?
No.
Don't worry. We got you. I do believe you should probably follow first. You're
Yeah.
still filling it.
Gonna like
Question.
do like that weird dog shake, but with my feathers.
How many other like
I'm all
there's the
feathers.
same people still with us that were
Nobody's in that room with you. The doors are open.
presentation shall be everything, I assume. So either you go first or I will be your humble bodyguard. No. How are we going about our introductions?
Hold on.
I didn't know you were doing something or not.
I'm checking my spells.
You're looking for thaumaturgy.
Oh, I have it.
Same here. That's all I gotta
Gusting
do.
winds. Make the cape go.
No, I was going to help clean them up, but they're still dirty.
So that way we don't need another bath.
I don't
I
think
would like bath.
Ingested by a worm.
No, they're clean.
Okay.
all the
Are?
Fully clean. Yeah.
Oh, thank
the sarcophagus.
Oh,
It just
cool.
it was like
Car wash,
ate
but
the
for
goop
people.
off you.
Kind of.
Sir, that's called a shower.
You can use a loop or a sponge and just be like this around you, like, ooh.
I set myself up for that one. Well played, Viking.
Don't act, just be yourself. You're not my bodyguard. I really don't understand why these people are referring to me as Star Child.
That's where we get answers. Apparently, they're only going to listen to you. If it goes the way I think it will, our voices may be heard, but yours will have weight to it.
And for the language, what the fuck am I gonna say?
Yo!
I have
Just
no
walk in and-
inkling of what a royal is supposed to act like.
You're
You
not
have one right.
royalty.
She walks over and goes, back your head. Hi.
Exactly, I'm not.
At that time, you hear
Don't need to be.
the pat of a
Give 'em a
glaive
gesture,
against the floor.
Just, you can present yourself however you want.
They're ready for you.
Thank you. No. Just give him a bow, but not me bow.
Proceed and lead the way, please.
As
Just play it by
this one goes out and steps in, and at the beginning of this long walk is just it's a carpet. It's a violet circular carpet that's there. It's big, it's like 20 foot in diameter. She's standing in the middle. And she is standing all stoic, knowing the head lies the whole freaking court. And she is like,
We're walking.
We're following.
We're already following her.
so as you guys all are in there, she double taps twice. And
Doors closed.
the rug levitates like 2 feet off the ground and is coasting.
Is it solid or does it feel like spongy underfoot?
Mix of both.
Okay.
Depending on
I
where
was
you're
like, is it
standing.
the nice carpet?
Depending on where you're standing on.
It's like the spongy moss.
Like it
Wow.
wants to give, but
Harsh.
there's nothing that is making it give.
Right.
And you guys hovering. As you guys are seeing, you guys see mainly every denizen that is within the city to begin with.
Mostly humanoids.
How long were we asleep for?
10,000
For 3 years.
What in the sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Give me a nature.
Wouldn't I know?
You're inside,
Okay.
so I don't know how you can judge the
No.
size.
19, 18 plus 1.
For no more than 24 minutes.
Damn, these people move fast.
But it felt like 24 hours. Giving you a whole day. But
That's what you
it's
call
long you
a
rested
catnap.
for only 24 minutes.
Hyperbolic time chamber?
Yeah. And you see, and the denizens range, but they're mostly humans to begin with. There are some that are a little odd. you guys have seen werewolves and stuff like that. There are wares here, but they are not what you. They look dog.
Like Anubis. They're
Yeah, but you don't know that.
No, I was for
Yeah, right,
visual.
but
On the
Anubians.
above table.
And
That's what you'd be thinking of, the Nubians.
frick are those actual dogs that are not called jackals.
Werejackals. But yeah, there are some there. There are some that are half tiger.
Bengals.
But there are, like I said, it's wide range. There are some that look elven to your eyes. There are some that are human in nature. There are some that are these mixed hybrid breeds. But it's mainly human or some type of elf looking. They have the features of an elf. What they technically are is beyond what you
Well, they could be
can think
variants
of
as well.
without looking at them physically up close to expecting them. But again, and they're just looking at you. Some are whispering.
It's the guy from the stars.
Some are whispering, going, "Who are these people?" You know, some never seen what a kenku is.
Yeah. What's that?
You know, nobody has, you know,
Yeah, it's just like
that another person
that's
with
what I was
wings. I
thinking. I was
mean,
like, oh god.
not on that. I mean, but they're just
Especially
more
ones that don't match.
in gasp, looking at you. I mean,
I do not like this attention one bit.
and
I'm sorry, you can't hide right now.
when you get there, there is a raised platform that kind of jettisons out. And the carpet goes directly borderline with it. And she steps off.
I follow. Yeah,
So
let's
I'm
see
not
what we're
much.
here for.
And she goes, Sultan, these are the people that we found being eaten by the blood.
Big for yourself. I shot it.
A couple of you got eaten. Anyway, but this right here, this is the stargaze that we found. You can find it. And you see this guy, the Sultan here.
Oh, it. Oh, great. Here we
The
go.
Sultan here is robed, covered, completely, kind of like a Bothan Raider, completely covered. His wife, however, is not. She has
It's like the
veil.
reverse.
She has the bizarre, Princess Leia type look going down. But she has the veil. You can only see mainly her eyes. And she is tattooed, very physical. And she's just there, just watching and looking. And he gets up and you kind of see he has a cane and he gets up. People, his servants behind him, help him actually get up. And then-
Don't know. I guess I'd probably just do one of those
Yeah.
things. In the face of nobility isn't that what is usually recommended.
Did anyone behind us bow?
No, mouse.
As you turn like around like the denizens,
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna kind of follow your lead, I guess.
but everybody gets quiet when he stands.
Usually that leads by example. Like if everybody got prayer positions, that would have been a better indicator.
But no. So no, he gestures down, tells you rounds without speaking. And he puts on a mask. He goes around and he puts on this mask, kind of like a respirator. I don't want to say more Darth Vader type ordeal, but he pulls on the
Well,
Mortal
like
Kombat,
that.
the Mortal Kombat mask
Oh, I
on.
thought you were about to say he make Mad Max did.
That's
kinda
what
like
I
the
was
Mortal Kombat
thinking
mask.
as well.
Close enough too. on that because it's mechanical in its sense, but as you tell him, he's...
Thank you for coming. Stargazer, I see you. And to your troop, your servants, welcome.
They are my friends.
Your friends, I see. What brings you to my lands?
You make fun of him. You
No,
get pushed
I'm
off the rug.
I'm trying to help Frank out.
No, I'm not trying to do the whole...
He's
No, I'm
trying
not.
not to do Darth Vader.
No,
He just
I
said
am
that.
more Bane type talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm pinching my
Could
nose
he have
while
a
I'm talking.
lung damage?
It's just that old.
Roll medicine check.
I was gonna ask you if that was the
She
next
looks at you and kind of
day.
goes like, meaning like, fell from sky.
17 plus 7.
She's mostly leaving it up to you to speak because their
Yeah.
focus is
You
on
can
you.
tell there's some type of thing going down, like a disease of some nature. Not unfamiliar what it is because he is clothed. You can't really see physically what is
What it
wrong.
is, yes.
But with his voice or something like that, it makes it sound like some type. I mean, in lack of better terms, leprosy.
Okay.
But the way he's moving is very, slow, aching all the time. So without doing that, or without touching him, you know more. You
Mhm.
can't see.
From body language, the way he's moving and the way he
It's some type,
sounds.
sounds like some type of disease.
Yeah. Gotcha.
The Aether brought us. The sea itself.
To the heavens
Yes.
brought you here to us. Why? Is it the time now? Is it the reaping? Are you here to fix?
What do you mean fix or the reaping?
Formalities, excuse me.
And you hear the and he pulls back, and it is metallic. It's his jaw, woven into skin like a prosthetic.
Welcome to Treasure Planet.
Your kind brought this and introduced this new power. Help us not die. Help us make better. But I feel something's going wrong. If you come to fix,
I was not brought here to fix. But I'm certain with our collective knowledge we can.
I thought your kind vanished a long time ago.
If you don't mind me asking, when was the last time one of my kind was here?
He kind of looks back, and then you see a scribe pull, like has this book, long book, not thick, just long, and opens it up. See there. You see him pull out a little bead calculator.
Abacus.
And it starts picking down. 250 cycles.
That's a long time.
250 cycles.
I assume years.
I'm not familiar with this world. How long is a cycle for you?
The suns rotate. Slow. It takes 50 for a complete cycle. 50 days.
So their days are long.
Mm-hmm.
Asking above table on this, is their year approximately 365 or
No. No.
Or we're talking about, like-
okay. So with that, as far as that being cycles, times that by 50. 250
times 50.
So well over 1,000.
12,500 days?
No, that's years.
Years.
Jesus Christ.
So a day is 50 hours.
That was far before my time.
I'm sure maybe if we look at this technology, you can assist with something. You may know something more.
I mean, I'm pushing 700 years. May have seen something like it.
Well, remember, time
And
is
as he's saying that,
no
he
different
removes
to
the
the realms.
earpiece so it doesn't translate
Mm.
before putting it back in.
So it's like blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he talks it out, you guys can hear what he's talking normally. It's just translating it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to try to help them to see if we can fix this?
Do you understand me?
Huh?
No. We can attempt. This is the most possible way of what this what our journey is. And she while she's done that, I should say she's inspecting like the earpiece.
It's literally
Pops
a
it back
bead.
in.
on
I know.
Yeah.
It's for show. And pops back in. This is
For
a marvelous instrument.
It is the effects of biomagic.
Biomagic.
Yes.
Impressive.
This integrating machine with the arcane. And it has been deemed biomagic.
So
You familiar with this?
Yes.
Because all of you actually are familiar with.
Warforge.
Correct. Kalon. But Kalon was more metallic based than anything. He was.
They
gears.
were familiar with like
He
Sivanac.
was
Yep.
gears and wires. Sivanac was different in a way because he had parts that were orcish based off him. He had some type of metallic still in him or powering him. He was unfamiliar to you guys. But what he's describing sounds like a Warforge. But now when you're looking at him, it is like seeing his jaw and his teeth and all that. It is metallic in nature. Your skin just woven over it. Kind of like when you see the Terminator movie and you know half his skin goes away, you see the metallic part. This is reversed.
I was thinking Data when he was getting the actual skin from the board.
Yeah. Or Wolverine when he gets jacked up, you can see the adamantium skeletal underneath.
I don't know if history would do it. I'm trying to think if he's seen something. I mean, I'm leaning towards history for a roll.
Seen something, heard something.
Yeah.
History or Arcana to try to recall something of that nature, yes.
I'm definitely going with Arcana because it's a 6. 19 plus 6.
You're fine. You're unfamiliar. You've never
So
heard
this is lost.
lost or new? That's what's going through your mind. You might think it was a lost or an ancient piece of technology, but there has been no study of this at all of biomagic.
Your metaphorical Atlantis. Potentially.
Well, I guess we have some work ahead of us. Is there any of this by itself, not on a person or anything like that, that we can see?
All that in the past. Actually, no one has died yet, so I can't tell you. Other than newborns are the only ones, and even certain newborns, if they're not pure with parents, are born with metallic parts.
Pure.
Not been touched by metal or by the magic yet. Some that are in good health that don't need repair. Ish. So people who are in good physique, like a warrior that you know, that
What about
Yeah.
doctors? Those who assist physicians, medicine men. That assist
they're
with
called
this.
shamans.
Shamans.
They're the ones that help with this. They were taught this bio.
Would we be able to visit them?
You can.
One more question. You mentioned I heard it. If I may be as bold and respectfully ask, what would it be? Is it just what you were asking me already? We are here to assist however we can.
The it refers to as the first initial biomechanic entities that these stargazers brought. The first bringing being sort of the guardian of the land and of our tombs is called Horus Grandma.
I assume you will want to see them,
That would be a good place to start.
and then we will see the shamans. See if we
Yes.
need a. Would we be able to acquire a guide to assist us? This is
Yeah.
new land for us.
No, Ezek will show you.
Isaac, is that the one that
He calls it that. That it's
Ah.
a title.
was that the one that helped us already?
Mhm.
Okay.
As you look and she comes up to you, she has more armor on than the rest, so she is of higher standing, maybe a captain or, a hierarchy of their military base as as they have it. So yes, that is just their title that he brings. But with that, the word Isaac means captain. And she can take you wherever. There are smaller of the horse grells there. The main one, the alpha, or the prime, is guarding
The two.
the tombs, yes. And last we checked, any person that we have sent has yet to come back. So I don't know. But yes, you can see everything. You guys are welcome to stay here as long as you need. Everything is at our disposal. But first and foremost, as he puts the mask back on, and you see him touch. Seems to be like some type of dial underneath. And he turns and he's like, better. Welcome, stargazers and friends, to this place, to Tamriel, the oasis within the sands. He has come to change or heighten this biomagic that illuminates us all. He is here to aid it, to make it better, or to see if we are still worthy to have it. And as praise for this, and you see him kind of look back, and here comes two people holding a prong on each of them, and there is something draped over with a golden sheet draped over. From forefather to forefather, the stargazer comes, they gain this tool as a symbol of who they are, as them overseeing even me for being here. I present to you Anubis, and they come back, and there's a very beautiful, intricate bow. And it has 2 rubies knocked on the straight part. Is a recurve longbow. But where the guides are in the middle are 2 rubies that look like hearts.
I thank you. This is a very, very kind gesture.
It was the first that brought it here. And that be his name. Anubis brought this for any worthy stargazer to come in to help guide or rebuild this place, as it was foretold many, many moons ago when they first settled here. So to have another within our presence, it seemed only worthy that this is your heritage.
I appreciate it greatly.
May it serve you as it served everybody else, tool or weapon. But celebration dinner will be prepared. Food, banquet in your honor. But we need time to prepare, so please join, rest, take a gander in our city streets and malls, and enjoy what we have to offer.
Thank you.
And you see him get his cane, and actually he just sits back onto the throne, and his cane is a part of his chair. Clicks in place and it hovers like a wheelchair. He goes over while the queen still remains there. She is the day-to-day hierarchy for now.
She's the face that runs the place.
Correct.
Don't get me one of those. I can be a moving target without setting my feet in the ground.
Yes.
Honestly, I could see you on a bike.
Huh?
Like a bike style one of those.
Or I imagine you could just be like lounging like this and just be like, move forward, flip.
Mm. I mean, it's kind of
Just pause.
Oh. Yeah. So, you guys can, like I said, the banquet's being prepared. You have the Isik with you to go and they're going to follow you around. They're your shadow. So wherever you guys want to go, to the streets of Tamriel, or to, the inner workings of this place?
How's it spelled?
Tamariel.
Isik or Tamriel? ISEK?
To me, it sounds like Tam Ariel, so that's what I
mean,
went with.
T-A-M-I. Okay.
T-A-M-I-R-I.
And is Isik ISEK?
Samurai. Samurai.
But they pronounce it with an L. That's why I said Tamriel. So, as everybody leaves and evacuates, and most of them don't leave, they teleport, or they weren't even there. They were astral projections. To be in two places at once, because some are
Busy.
shopkeepers and shit.
I'm gonna be here for this meeting. Alright, bye.
Yeah,
So video chat, but more futuristic.
pretty much. So again,
What do you all wish to do?
not even worrying about it. She doesn't even say anything. She just follows you unless you need her to ask you anything.
I have an idea, but before I start rally the best to see if the group wants to do anything else before that, I suppose. I mean, we have a banquet, and then however long we're stuck here, so no offense, not being stuck isn't a bad way, but we are here, and so we do what we need to assist. Don't all speak at once.
My only thing is we don't know why we're here, so this is pretty much the best that we have to go on as of now.
We were already gonna ask that one person they mentioned
Yes.
and talk with the shamans. That'll get us somewhere eventually.
But along the lines, is there anything you all want to do while we're here? Even if it's not right away.
What about I'll find archives on this place?
If they would let us in.
There's a person you can ask right there. I can't answer, he can't answer that. You can ask the Isik.
That's what I'm gonna ask. Is there a place of archives that we can read up to learn more about how?
We have stories. Most anything that's been reclaimed is within the Great Pyramids. Some has been catalogued, but not all. Said we sent people, but none have come back. We've been trying to what's the term? To study the ancient relics that are there.
Excavate?
No, we know excavation's digging, but to actually examine relics in the study of them,
Anthropology.
yes, or archaeology, is what is trying to ascertain, but can't figure it out.
What do you mean none have come back?
All the scholars and
That guardian
Scribes.
probably doesn't want anyone in there. It was
We don't
probably
know.
tasked with
We
a
think-
purpose.
they're no longer showing up within the eye. So we think that this has gone berserk.
What is the eye?
It's better to show. This way. And lead you further into the palace structure. And it's intricate, as it were, because it's almost labyrinth-esque as where everything is. A lot of stuff move when you're walking a path. If somebody like the king is on a direct path, everything opens up for him. The walls will move and change like a labyrinth.
So he just has to walk straight. It's just like, oh, hey, we'll let you through.
It's kind of like a labyrinth type thing. So it also is a good defense with people who are not part of the
So say
actual
he
kingdom.
walks-
So thieves or anything like that, it will reverse that and try to corner you.
Or if someone's after him as he's doing straight.
It's
it will, like-
almost as if the palace itself is a living organism.
That's interesting.
You do see a lot of animatronics going through. So there are drones walking through.
Automatons.
Some you know, some are different in a way.
Train ride.
You want to know what Horace Grail is, and she points, and there is a squid-looking goddamn thing flying through the air. It has the face of it is shaped like a falcon, so it's pointed. It fans out, but it has tentacles that looks like it's grabbing the air or something, not propelling it, but goes through. This is Horace Grail.
I was thinking you were like, there's an eye and there's tentacles. I was like, is there a freaking ball holder?
That's what it looks like, a mini beholder. A metallic version of a mini beholder. Yes.
So she goes like, is that
But it doesn't have a center eye.
it has an like a falcon head.
I have a picture of it. Guy looking through, and I was like, I wonder what these fucking things look like.
I was just looking at the mini of this too.
Huh? That is Horace Grail's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I just seen a mini for this.
Sorry,
I was like,
And that's the eye.
No, that's Horace Grail.
Oh.
It's not a who, it's a what.
that's pretty cool.
You said Grail or Grell?
Grail. Grell.
E-L-L.
Super cute. Where's the chainsaw?
So, they have a falcon-shaped head and tendrils covered in a metallic exoskeleton. These mysteries and unsettling constructs looks like they've been here for a while. People don't really notice about it. Unlike other constructs, as she's telling you this, they weren't meant to take part in everyday life. Rather, they were used as defense mechanisms inside closed spaces, less populated areas. So they were sentries. They were developed and isolated through a telepathic connection called the Eye. Resulted in to be hard to maintain, and many times these constructs were cut off from the hive mind. As she goes to this door, you see there is a dial, a dais, and in lack of better terms, like a Stargate, she is pressing symbols, and the doors are lighting up to respond in the buildings. But not like a Stargate, as it were.
Noticing her push that, would I somehow get a number
To follow,
to follow the pattern she's pushing?
do you have...
That would be her. The thingy with memorizing maps and all that stuff.
No, yeah, but there is a feat that gives you a photographic memory.
I don't think I have that.
So it's just going to go to a roll to remember.
Gotcha.
But it opens up, and here you see this giant staff-like structure. I'd say it looks like that, but it looks like a hooked thing, and inside is a massive flat ruby. And as you walk up, there's like a gyrosphere. A lot of other circles are spinning around it, passing on information to different strands, as it were. This is the hive mind, or the Eye of Ra. All of these things are connected. And she points up, and there's this one arch that's broken, that's not connected. That's Horus, that's the prime that was lost. So we sent to go look for it and to study what you people brought to us, but none have come back. So we're thinking that has gone berserk. Not connected anymore.
So you said researchers?
Right.
Scribes, researchers,
Scholars.
scholars, warriors. Nobody's come back.
How many have you sent?
Too many to count. We had to rebuild our population just for that.
Sounds like a real baby boom.
It's more easier than you think now with, as you see, she just like gestures, and half the servants that are walking by are biomechanic. Prosthetic limbs, smaller grells act as a heart that's pumping their blood for them. Like they died or they got blown up, in a sense.
Interesting. Well, there is one note to take for. So, before we go to the site, will we be you show us the shamans?
Yes, they're easy to find. We have one on hand just for our Sultan, and then we have countless others throughout the city.
Do they have like what would be the right word? Not a clinic. I don't believe they'd have that, like a tent. They're medical tent
Would they have an outpost to
or an
perform?
outpost.
Yes, they're the places. There are at least 5 that I can know of right now within the city. At least in the major part. Outskirts are a little different. They're more sparse, spread out, because the population is well over 250,000.
Are you guiding us just in the castle, or are you guiding us outside the castle?
I am your guide anywhere you need to go.
Would you be able to take us to this outpost?
You want a more one, or you want a more one that's close by that is always working on things?
That would work.
Then we can go there. Yes. I'll take you through the bazaar.
Do the clinics have different specialities, or are they all the same?
Virtually all the same.
Okay.
The shamans, some shamans like to dabble in their own personal quests. Some have apothecaries. Some do enchantments, as it were. Some speak with the dead as seers. Or as oracles, as we call them.
Well, I was just thinking there are different types of doctors. I wasn't sure if, like, each one, maybe this one specifically did limb replacement, or this specific one did.
Just they each have their own little side job.
Something they specialize in.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was a difference between, like, plastic surgeon or, like,
No.
medical doctor.
All the same. And you can tell by the people walking around too, every bit of metal that's on here is the same material, the same design, stuff like that. Some are longer than others or shorter depending on the person's size. Actually,
Do
they
they?
have a black and gold tip to them. Very close to some other pieces that you might still have on you.
Anyway.
So, yeah, Nexus pieces. Ah, I see. Clicking. Ew. Shit.
Well, at least he's not here to take out a whole city block this time.
Dun, dun, dun. Who says everybody around that world died?
Welcome to the Cataclysm.
So, to the bazaars, where do you need to go?
Yes.
Okay. This would help you get more around when you're out in the sands or in the dunes. I've had this, and I have Spay the Gare. We usually give it to platoons or small tribes that go out to do excavating. So we have more of these to come by, and she hands you a briefcase. a wooden briefcase about 12 inches long, 8 inches high, and about 3 inches deep. With there's plenty of room. Sit down. And see, and she holds out a script. It says, "Take me on a journey."
Take me on a journey.
It folds out to 12 foot by 3 feet. A skiff.
Oh. Dang it, I thought
Would
we
you
were
look
about
at
to
that?
get dune bikes. That'd be badass.
I mean, this is still good.
And to make it into the box again?
I've reached my destination.
You have
I've reached
your
my destination.
And it folds back up.
Oh, give me that. Give me that.
Have a great day.
It's not. I know. Poor choice of words on this.
I will call it Jeepus.
There.
It has now been deemed Saint Jeepus.
No, better yet, it is Saint Siri.
Oh no, please don't.
No,
I
please.
know. We can't do that.
No. Jeepus it is.
I hate y'all sometimes.
Take me on a journey is the phrase. To unfold it, I've reached my destination. Folds back up.
Almost
And-
a wrestling joke.
You can go ahead and refresh your page. It's in your
Alright, give me just the
Foldable astral skiff. It doubles actually as a holding container too. Items can be stored, but if it fills up, when it folds back up, it jettisons them all out.
Not manage page.
So it's 12 feet long, 5 feet wide, and 2 feet deep. It has a lantern on the bow, which gives a purple light.
Look at that. You have a bow and a bow.
And it only weighs 4 pounds.
Don't disregard how many people it can actually carry.
Okay.
Because it can carry all of it. It'll be cramped, but it'll carry all of it.
Well, I'll just be like,
When the box becomes a vessel, its weight becomes that of a normal vessel its size, and anything that was stored in the box remains in the boat.
Well, if it fills up, it jettisons it out when it folds up. Or spits people out. Actually, it won't fold if there's somebody still on board.
let's say it spits someone out and he forgets his knight or whatever on there.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
But she leads you out, and it's actually it's different now because they don't walk. They teleport a lot. Not like a Futurama scene to where there's tubes everywhere, but it is more mini Stargates all over the place. It's just tapping one little button and will open up the main like market district, like a central hub, as it were. Kind of like I'm mixing like a Stargate with the Flu network from the Harry Potter world. Ish. It's the best way to describe it. So going through, and it's like a water base is the door, and she walks through. And as you fall on in, it's just like same thing. It's like a beam shot from a gun, and you're right there in the hub station, as it were, for the transportation, as it were. And it's just like walking into Mystery Magic. There's plenty of fucking traffic going through, out, and weaving. So you kind of like have to stay on your toes on where the hell she's at.
Oh, this would be easy for us.
Yeah, that's easy for
We're
us.
flying. Everybody else go, what? We're just like...
So would that be a performance check for them to see if they can keep up?
More along the lines of perceptions.
Oh no, bones. Oh my girl.
I can fly.
That's true. Your wings are fixed. Yes.
So I would say for the three, actually for everybody, if I can have a general perception roll to keep track.
Fun.
What? Oh, wait, is it with advantage?
No, I'm rolling for 2 characters.
Oh. Well, confirmed, though. I don't
You don't want to add anything else other than perception, right?
Okay.
60, right?
25.
30, 20.
And his
30. Nutball.
close 29. And that 20 plus not. And then 22.
I was gonna say he's not gonna laugh if he gets
27.
lost.
No, more along the lines of
Going through the wrong door.
what was you?
25.
You're 29.
Mm-hmm.
The Ryo is.
Yeah.
And your other guy Drake is a 22.
Yep.
Cool. I want to say what you clock people who roll that dollar shit high, 25 or above. Somebody was actually trying to pickpocket.
Oh no, I was about to say that gun. Just...
Want to try it again?
Oh, I would be grabbing hands.
Don't.
back away.
I'm sorry
do
to be a
this.
dick, guys, but
No.
you see a really strong kid, like bone and skin.
Oh, I saw the hand, so.
Yeah, that's
That's what you grab. When you grab, you feel bone, and when you look to it, like the skin was that stretchy that this kid was starving, and he was trying to pickpocket any
Bones.
type
Let go
of
of knife.
jewelry to
Walk in front
grab,
of me.
and you could see there that one of his hands is completely robotic.
Watch. Hang on, I got something.
So I would say those of royalty, or know of royalty to where crime and punishment is.
Mm-hmm.
A thief gets their hand cut off. But because of the biomagics that are in the world, it can easily be replaced.
I got an idea.
So this is one of the many
Let me do my
denizens
thing,
of
man.
the
Don't try to get in my
homeless,
headspace.
or of the lack of better terms, street rats.
Hang on, I got this. So, I'm gonna go over behind her, and my coat goes like this, and I look in there, and I'm like, what are you doing? She has like a little grip on the back of his shirt. Are you hungry? When was the last time you ate? And this is like under my cloak, so they're just probably looking at like a giant cloak, like a.
I had a fly for breakfast.
Oh my god.
I reach in my bag.
Albert.
Shut up! I'm doing my thing. Stop telling me what I'm doing before I'm actually doing it. I'm already doing that. She's the same thing. She's like, feed the kid. I
I
was
was
like,
just making a joke, but
it's
okay.
like, what do you think I'm trying to do, man?
the only person that probably hurt is probably me and Viking.
Anyway.
So anyway, back to what I was doing. So, she pulls out a mini bag. And is there like a sash loop or something somewhere on him?
He literally has ripped pants that shouldn't be shorts, that are almost too revealing to be anything else but undergarments. He doesn't really. His shirt is so tattered when he pulled it, it actually ripped off.
Oh boy.
Like they are that old. They are that musty. That
Is
one
there-
wrong tear is gone.
Is there a small alley somewhere? Just where we're at.
Oh,
It's nothing like that.
there's plenty of those, but it's filled with people. There's not a place that's not occupied.
So I don't care. People are walking around me. They can go around me. Or just be like, I move my arms like, oops, sorry. Bumped into me. I bumped back. I'm sorry. So she like looks at the child and she like sit. And she pulls out her handy haversack, and it's very close now. She just goes like, put your hands up. Reach for this guy. And she drops one of the shirts on him. It's gonna be longer on him. And has like a sash and wraps it and ties it and loops a bag. And in there she opens the bag and she's like stuffs like a handful of Albert meat and just like puts it in like, don't go through people's pockets. If you need something and I'm still here, you look for me. Okay? Now get here. You didn't see that. Go on.
No, internally she's just trying to create essentially the infrastructure for a homeless shelter. Internally.
No,
I would know how to do that.
He walks off, and as he looks back, and he goes, and about 8 other kids who are already walking around.
Oh, she looks at him. She's just like,
He walked with the crew.
Yeah.
but
He walked with the crew.
she like locks eyes for a second and goes like that. Just keeps going.
He just gets on back.
Oh look, you've had friends. Now they don't want these flies.
Yeah, but you might attract a lot more kids
That's fine.
coming your way.
That's fine.
That's
Just
why internally
for saying.
Love it.
infrastructure was being.
That's fine. I got a shit ton of food.
Because
I've got a
I
lot of supplies.
don't imagine that they'd really have anything by way of like an orphanage or something like that, or a way for children to work legally so that they can afford to feed themselves.
You guys talking about this?
No.
Like, out and about? Is
No,
that
she
why?
was mentally thinking that. They're also making the joke that now apparently I am the orphanage person.
No, what the E6 says is, seeing that happen, clocking you doing that to a kid, you may have caused more harm than others.
Feeding children, making sure they don't die of starvation.
No, because now they're going to flock to you because there's more homeless than there is people. You got to understand, there's over 250,000 people here within this city, and they don't die. So we have not accommodated everybody to live in. That's why we have the ships out excavating or attracting
Well, it looks
the
like we
worms
should
out of
finish
their
our
homes.
job and make sure it gets a little better.
Agreed.
Not to mention, I understand where the kid's coming from. Been there, done that. Hey, look, I made a name for myself.
Been there, done
Roll
that.
me actual
Had the
perception.
T-shirt.
I'm just like saying
Another
like,
perception,
okay.
you said?
Mhm.
29.
Okay. So with that, when you're looking back and the kid turns, he twists his wrist and he actually does not look skinny anymore. He's a flat out
So until we get there, I'm covering up in my cloak.
You're going to hang around one of us. And next
This
time.
is Aladdin on steroids, guys.
Just full on cloak all around my body. Just
See, I don't mind helping those less fortunate.
I wish I had seen that. Subtle spell, Toll of the Dead.
Alright, listen, Zealer.
Okay.
Listen
The
here.
only bad part is it.
I could do
mean,
that too.
Would it work?
They have to make a save.
I could do that too.
Yeah, but I can subtle spell, so there's no verbal
Evidence
or...
that
Yeah.
it happened.
That's
So yeah,
funny.
but she leads you to it, and you see, there is this not makeshift, but it's stone walls, but it has a tent over it and a canopy that goes over more, and it does have a picture of like a serpent with a sword through it. So this is the apothecary. This is our shamans.
Who else in here? Is it just the shamans right now?
There is one shaman, and there is like a line of 5 people. But the one doing now is this is as you approach more because the Eastic actually makes them move. And you go in, you can see that there's actually a family fixing their grandfather.
Is there like? I'm trying to imagine how this looks up. Is it? Do they have like those curtainy things to like?
Yes and no. It's not. It's more like the bead type.
Oh, the bead. The bead.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The bead curtain is kind of like it, but it doesn't like. There's no shyness if you're talking about it like that. But I mean, there is like a cot there, and the old man is laying down there, and she's taking the Grell and taking it out of him. Uses her magic, as it were, to put him in a stasis to where he's not dying, and is tinkering with the actual Grell to figure out what was wrong with it.
So they're more like automail engineers than.
Kind of.
Okay.
Hey,
Kind
we
of.
were in Rush Valley.
Kind of. It's not so much like they're messing with automail. This is something new to you guys. They are using magic to maneuver the stuff. They're also using tinker tools like an artificer would, like Tabitha was using, or how Lucy does with her weapons to tune them up. Same concept. it's a mix of both. Like like this in your guys' minds is advanced, more advanced than her guns. That's the weird part. This is the advanced knowledge to mix both that of auto-mill type ordeal with prosthetics of making warforges in a sense, but they're not.
So they're magically
Yes.
engineering.
Yes. So this is very advancing for you guys to figure out because there's a lot of aspects going on. Watching this shaman move and work is a mix between, what you've seen Kalan do with his book, with his spells, what you've seen Tabitha or Lucy do, tinkering with guns and other things. Like, it is combining both worlds. So those who can't track it magically can track it mechanically if they understand Tinker's tools. Like, it's a mix of both. Like, that's what's throwing you guys off, because it's hard to follow. Like, are you falling more arcane, or are you falling more mechanical on this end, because it's both.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Or someone who's proficient.
But yes, she fixed it all back up, and you see the grail starts twitching, and the tentacles start moving more, and it just puts it back, and it's almost symbiotic as it reattaches. Like, it knows what to do as soon as it's there. Oh, it looks like a new man.
Just
He
shoots
hops off the
shoots
table.
up off the table.
Listen, this is okay. The best way to put this, I forget his name. It's the old Earth Airbender.
Boomy.
Yes. Okay, it's Boomy. How he portrays sometimes as being an old decrepit man, but then when he gets fired up, he starts.
has that strong old man trope.
Yeah, this guy is like fit.
Right.
He is ready to run a marathon.
I'm guessing with that, the family kind of.
Yes, because it's a new thing. It's almost like they were mourning him because they don't know if this was going to work, if the crow is no more, if the engine inside the grill or whatever makes it work was dying off, or it was just a glitch or a kink in a gear that threw it off.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like an every normal day-to-day thing. They're not like, oh, thank God. They're kind of like, damn.
Wow.
Wow.
They didn't try.
Some were like, damn. Could have inherited all of this shit.
So when they leave, is it just the doctors left? Cool. So I'm gonna once again set my bag down, and like she does up her hair, plops on her wig, fixes it all nice and everything, stuffs her coat back in her bag, and then puts her. She actually has like, it's more transparent, but she puts like wrap around her eyes and then fixes the hair. She's had that. If you forgot, she had that pink and black wig.
Mm-hmm.
So changing identity.
In the middle of everybody.
Just the doctors.
Okay, so everybody sees you donning this.
Yeah.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
I ain't doing a sleight of hand. The doctors aren't the pickpockets.
Or roll a deception versus dead protection. See if the doctor actually.
Oh.
If the shaman actually clocks you.
Or I could just go,
Respectfully-
subtle spell, disguise self.
I don't have that.
I don't know
Also-
what she's trying to pull off, so
21.
I mean, I guess I was cloaked.
I don't know if there's a shaman-esque person.
I am wing it. So there are a limited amount of winged beings around, girlfriend.
I got scales.
I'm the only king.
I'm sorry. The 4 more apparent wings is gonna be a lot more apparent than the scale
What was it, Rob?
tattoo on your arm.
21.
I'm the only
Oh,
king.
you're gonna be.
Yeah. You're walking around with 2 winged
That's easy
people.
enough to beat.
You're walking around with burbs. I don't think they're gonna be too worried about your scales.
Y'all found me here. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay, so you have the wraps around your eyes.
They're transparent enough for me to see.
Finishes up, kind of cleans the table off, whatever there's not blood,
Same as oil.
but wipes up, cleans around, presents himself. What ails you? Can I help you? Oh, child, what is wrong? Is it your eyes, or you lose your eyes?
No, I did not lose my eyes.
Do you have the bandage on your face? I can help you.
Oh, where I come from, I am seen as a monstrosity. I have, so what's the term for it? I have two-toned eyes. So I cover them up. And she, like, goes like this with that, and you have, like, the black instead of the white, and then the two blue eyes, and, like, the pointed, pupils. And then she pulls them, she, like, fixes it back down. So I hide my eyes.
Huh?
You could tell I spent way too long playing that game.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's not, the eyes aren't bad. They're just, some people prefer not to see them, and I prefer not to cause a problem. That's all.
You don't have to worry about anything, do you?
I know. It's just, it's habit.
It sounds like Horace has granted you.
I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Why don't you sound like Lucy?
What are you doing?
Sounds like Horace has granted you the sight of many eyes.
I'm just way too used to it.
I think
It is a blessing, Louis.
this is the first time I've
Don't
seen
need to
that,
hide
right?
yourself here.
I've heard he's doing this, yeah.
I'm just trying not to make a mess. I'm assuming we're intense, and that means
It is intense right now.
That means limited space.
Is it an actual tent, or is it like the mortar and the Adobe style?
Yeah, more of a Adobe style type stuff.
Okay, so there is space.
Okay.
But yes, so.
What we're curious about my compatriot there is
I
Come
want
here
to
to
know
investigate.
more about this
I was gonna say Louise.
material you
I'll do
use
that
to
again.
help people.
No, it's very simple. You see, like, there are, like, this ore type material there, and I can do it on anybody who seeks anything to boast of themselves. I can do an augmentation.
Not an augmentation. I want to know more about the material itself. How did it come to be? How does it work?
Honestly, it's odd that we just have a stockpile of it from the star gazers that came down and left us there. They planted something forever ago, and when it sprouted, it didn't sprout like a tree. It sprouted like like those obelisks that are there. They're underground like an ore when we just mine them, but it's like an ever supply.
Does this stuff also look like the Uppbeats?
It's like the raw material of it.
I don't know if that'd be a bad thing. Be like, oh, look at what I got. And be like, whoa, and be like, let's fuck up another town. Frank smiles.
It's like, you don't know.
she kind of fixes her earring and it comes off. It's like, I believe this is the Uppbeats. He doesn't know
No,
What?
I
the
do.
stuff.
What
the
is
stuff
that?
I showed in the market, the last world, in the world of the dead.
What are you
The
talking
merchant
about?
didn't know about.
And why are you acting like that?
It's a disguise.
Okay.
Walks around.
So it's like blah 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 blah. I'll have to explain it to you.
Walks up.
Anything else now? You wish to ask of these shamans?
Is this
What is it that you call an abenexus?
It's.
They don't have a beak. Their ears are metallic.
I was thinking you're all. It's hard to
Shit.
explain. This ore reminds me of something we've seen in the Shrouders. We've seen it in a different land of the dead. and
Land of the dead.
a land of the dead, and another place that was, I would say the best way to sum it up is the place of nightmares. You wouldn't want to be there at all. It was just terrifying. But we've seen something kind of like this. And if I got the translation that they said correctly, I believe that is what it was roughly called.
But I don't know of any epinexus or demon. What I do know is that you shouldn't hide who you are. My appearance I have to change.
I do sometimes from time to time. It's
And he smacks his chest, and he is 10 feet tall.
damn.
He is under, he is
Sorry.
light blue in color of his skin.
What you doing, Loki?
You're close. He is a cloud giant.
Aren't you a barrel full of surprises?
People don't like my big hands.
Well, apparently you've been around the wrong way. I'm sorry. I had to say the. Where we come from, it's not uncommon for different kind of species to be walking around. You are taller. We have people that are much shorter. And she goes about like that. Some people are stouter and slightly shorter. Some are thin with high up noses and longer ears than, well, they're about the same length as mine. Hers are almost the size of Good Yankee hers. So they're, you see why sometimes people hide things, but I'm just, the disguise is part of.
Man, I so want to pull an old fucking tail out.
Don't pull it
Where
to
he
that.
looks at his hands and says, "Do you look like big, strong hands?"
Yes,
Don't
big,
say.
strong hands.
That just brings back way too many childhood memories of that, and I know most of you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. You might. No?
Sounds familiar, but I can't.
Yeah, it
recall.
is
I was gonna say that sounds familiar.
the never-ending story.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock Titan.
Yep. That's what I
Before
was.
he got wiped out by the nothing.
Yep.
But
Hashtag rude.
Someone's got flashbacks.
sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes hiding things is best because people may not understand. I understand that far too well. Plus my disguise. Plus that, and I may have given a vagrant child food, and they turned out not to be vagrant children.
That is one.
That's the disguise.
But, you know, I was once one of those, so I thought to help out one of my own, and you know how it goes when there's way too many people. I don't have that many mouths. I don't have that much food to feed that many mouths. Hi, Maiden Pixie. So,
But this material is how it is. We find it, we mine it.
where did you say you mine this material?
It's over by the Great Pyramids, but we don't venture inside.
Because of the Guardian or possibly what's inside.
And lately we have enough to stockpile to help out everybody, at least for a while before our stock runs dry. Before we have to go mine more or to do it. Because it only takes a little bit depending on the element. It takes no more than maybe a pound of it to shape it in what we need. For it, the more intricate or the bigger the person is, it might require more if they lose more than one limb. But it usually takes a pound of it. So we have good supply for now. Just if we were ever to go mine more, it'd be a suicide mission.
Is there anything else you need to discuss?
How hard is it to mine this material?
Meaning, like,
Does it break easily? Is it...
no, it's very steady. It takes a good bit. We have special tools to make it work. It's not so much tools, it's more the know-how of how to handle it. It actually breaks apart very easily if you know how to. To people who don't know the correct way of doing it. As he takes a piece of it, and he has, like, you see when he's there, he has a good bit,
Like a block.
like a block of it, and he pulls it like clay. And he can just shape it to what he wants to. But if he hands it like to you, now bend it. It doesn't bend.
Impressive.
I want to
But
do
he
an
can-
arcana on it.
Good. What are you trying like to gain on
Because I believe you've let him hold a piece, yes? Comparing.
it? To the Abenexus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That'll do. 26. Is it identical in...
Close. This may be what the Abenexus was based off of originally.
So we're a little further back
But
in
it's
time
not.
potentially
But
to
it's
where
not.
we're at.
But it's not. It's not identical. It maybe could be either.
I want a piece.
I'll pass. You're handsome and all, but,
A piece of the stone that
you
you
know. I
carry.
know what you meant. She thunks out the bag and just tries to rifle
Just
through
a
it,
small piece.
and she
She's
hands you
wearing this
about
persona.
a shard.
He's going to touch them.
They fuse.
Great.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
Now unfuse it. Unfuse it.
Roll me a dex.
Unfuse it because it's gonna explode.
The dex saving throw or just a straight dex?
Dex.
Is there signs that this is happening, or is it just gonna be like the quiet detonator? Just like,
Is this a magical effect?
get behind me, bird.
Okay.
You're squishy.
It's not a spell. This is having a violent reaction.
Yeah,
So it's not
but
a
it's
spell.
spell or magical effect, so I wasn't sure.
No, I have that on.
That pertains like to a spell base if someone lays like a trap or anything of that nature. So
Okay.
it, as in an alchemical point of view, it's having a very violent reaction to it.
Okay.
It does mold it, and it does fuse with it beautifully, perfect. But within a couple seconds, there is a violent reaction.
I rolled a 13 plus 10, 23.
Plus
Enough
5.
to drop it, and
28.
enough to drop it to it goes and separates.
So it rejects the refined material.
So either the Abenexus itself was
Artificial.
modified or artificial compared to the source of the actual true of what it's called.
And they are only potentially surmised.
Or vice versa. It's hard to tell where this came from because we don't know truly the Abenexus and know the material that was used, if it, how date back it is, or how the carbon dated. This is
Some music
whatever
fits too
he's
well for
using
this.
is too pure.
Oh.
So, like I said, you can come to that conclusion. The Abenexus could be artificially made. Or that it's not, it's been mixed with something else to give it that shape, or to lay within it spell work or other materials versus a source and it doesn't like it.
Or the Epinex itself does not like the raw material.
Because what's weird is when he takes it and just holds it in its bent form, he just looks at it and concentrates and it just goes back, it's like sand. And he just sands it, he just lets it and it's just like sand running back onto the block itself and it just reforms what it is. It's almost living.
It's very...
Because he knows how to handle it. somebody else who would try to do, if you want, please, by all means, if you wish to strike at this block to study it, you can strike it all you want. It's not going to break. I can tell you that. Unless you are strong or have different means of doing this.
I don't think the means I have will break that. It'll probably just ricochet.
Same here.
Never done.
This mystery deepens greatly. I thank you for your time. I have much to think on.
If we need for any more questions, or if someone loses a limb, she looks at the knight. We'll come and visit you. Thank you.
Or any augmentations or modifications I can make. We do normal.
I will think on that.
What was your name again, good sir?
He didn't give his name.
I'm Shamal.
Shamal.
Shamal. I've been watching a lot of SWAT. So I just had to take his name and just shake it a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Shamar Board.
I thought you said Shamal, not Shamal.
I said Shamal.
Oh, you mixed it
But
up.
like I said, I've been watching way too much SWAT.
He's such a pretty name.
Have you not seen this TikTok lately?
What, Shamar? No, not recently, but I've watched
He goes
most of the
out
shows he's
and
been in.
goes to all my brothers that have seen the SWAT, to all my SWAT fans, to all my, who's it, what's it, baby girls. As he says that
For
big
Criminal
time.
Minds, yeah.
Yeah, for Criminal
He
Minds.
says baby girls go SWAT is back. They are re-signed. It's now called SWAT Exiles. They are starting filming this summer.
Nice.
Yeah, he just makes cameos on Criminal
No, but
Minds now.
they got SWAT back. SWAT died after 8 seasons. But now they're getting revamped as SWAT Exiles.
Alright. Where are we to go to next?
Wherever you want. I'm kind of lost in thought.
I mean,
And it's a bazaar. You guys can go however you want.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's see what the shops are like here.
You just have money burning a hole in your pocket. That's it.
He doesn't even know. We don't even know if they
Don't.
take our currency.
you know how you find out? Isaac,
Yes.
do they take this? And she holds a platinum coin. From where I come, this
What's
is
the currency?
okay.
Universal, yes. We do that or gems or trade.
So you do have a trade and barter system as well?
Yes.
There you go. They do
I'm just curious
coins
to see what
and
they're like.
gems and trade and barter. And they probably have a smith for you still around.
I'm hoping to up to date.
Or someone named Smith.
But is there a place in the bazaar you want to go look at?
Just kind of curious to see.
And what are you curious to see? We have every mix of things. We have companions. We have. In Latin.
More right
Because we
No.
Okay, hold on. Before you jump to that ball, she goes. I kind of open myself up too. We have the slavers' quarters. We have the slaver quarters, where if you want a pet type there, we have
Isn't
something
that
of
the
that
same
nature. Yes and no, depending on what you want. If you need a personal assistant like a growl, you can get one of those as a servant of yours to control as you see fit. Or we can also. Some people trade their life, especially the street rats. They barter their life sometimes and are slaves in their own ways, but it is their choice. We don't stop them. But there's plenty of things. We have a. She pulls out this fruit. I bet you haven't even tried this. It looks like a star.
Starfruit.
Ryu takes the fruit.
Yeah, you should probably cut a piece if you want the rest of this to try that out. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's-
people.
I'm
Yeah, don't just take. It's not an apple.
I'm taking the dagger out. Oh, and just cutting one piece off.
Mm-hmm.
Who else wants a piece?
Just slices.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it does bite like an apple, but then it tastes like a cactus.
Okay.
So has that crunch like an apple
Mm-hmm.
would, but it's got that watery.
Yeah. You ever have strawberry before?
It's like a watery. It has a taste. Some of it can be sweet. At a certain time it can be a little ripe, but it's like a cactus. Yes.
So
Well, then I will, in the season of trading, I will give you a piece of this to drink you.
Oh.
Have you ever had an owlbear?
What are those?
It's a very big beastie. Imagine an owl and a bear, and you've got an owlbear.
They might not have either one of those things.
But it's neat.
I mean, we have flying vessels and stuff like that. You can quick look around the bazaar. There is no animals.
Big bird
Like
head
through your travels, other than the rock
Yeah.
that you see,
and the
worms. There is no other. Like there's no wild horses. There's no cows. There's no donkeys. There's no birds, rats.
That's why they probably look at
There's
you.
nothing like that. If anything, they're mechanical.
No, because I went. No, never mind.
Big bird head.
Small beak.
Long body, 4 legs.
Strong as heck.
Huge.
Do they
And
have
they kind of
No.
point up. They kind of point up to the bird perch where a rock is, and they're like, "Big bird, small little beak."
hold on, I got an idea.
But its head moves the way an owl's would, doesn't it? It turns around.
No, the rock doesn't.
No,
No,
Sure.
she
No,
must
No, 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 no.
Oh,
The
yeah.
owlbear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Head
Here.
turns almost
That's
all
one
the
thing
way
I
around.
don't know because they don't really show that.
Yeah.
hang on.
At all?
But they have the head and neck.
I don't
of a-
think. I honestly, they don't really mention that at all in any source book that I know of.
Here, we'll do it this way or just.
But I don't think they fully turn around because their body is more
Bear.
it's more bear based. So I
Yeah.
don't think it fully.
I just wasn't sure if their neck would kind of twist.
I mean, if you're searching that, if it pops up, cool.
No, I was.
That'd be
using
very
no-
terrifying.
No, the of smoke monsters.
I have.
Think. No, I gave you the rats. Remember?
Yeah, you let me see both of them, remember?
No, because you threw that one back to me.
Prestidigitation or
Yeah,
anything of that nature.
Just, I boil the smoke into the shape of a small
Oh my
owlbear.
god.
No, we don't have that.
Well, that's what that.
Owlbears, not owls. I know what owls can do. There we go. No.
Fin-
No, they don't.
You're gonna make
Finish
me
this.
search this shit.
It doesn't. She just looked it up.
I just did.
They don't.
No.
Okay. They don't fully wrap around. They're more bear based. They just look like a giant
Yeah.
owl.
They just have really long arms.
I just wasn't sure if their head did the twisty thing.
No.
I mean, if somebody deep dived, they probably asked that question somewhere on the internet. So unless they came back to Doc Hendrick and
Well-
all them at Woods of the Coast, go, hey.
Okay. It says, yes, but with limitations due to their bear-like body posture.
So I would say they go 90. They'll go 180. They
Yeah.
don't go full 360.
They do 270. An owl can
Could you
rotate up to
imagine trying to
270
sneak
degrees.
up on an owlbear and its head just faces you from behind?
So it can go full on the side and full on the other side. So it has 100.
Let's say like 100,
I was
108 degrees one
like-
way.
more thinking the physical twist of it because they have the ability to like kind of turn their heads upside down.
That's what I
Right,
was
but-
thinking. It would
No,
be
they
like
wouldn't be able to do that.
All right.
But no, we don't have. No, we have those.
Well, that came from that. Got it. Try.
really cool.
They have never had dried meats before.
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh!
I'm a wizard.
This is like the Vikings giving the Native Americans milk.
So
what
she
this is
likes
like.
it because it's meat.
Uh-huh.
It's,
You
new,
don't
it's
have-
something new.
I know. That's the thing.
Thank
You
God
guys
none of
haven't
us-
seen their banquet.
Thank God, none of us have bacon.
This is gonna be like I'm gonna say that this banquet is gonna turn into The Hobbit
Oh God.
real quick when the dwarves go to Rivendell for the first time and go, what the fuck are we
Where's the
eating?
meat at? It's okay, I'm on my voice.
But yeah. Anyway. But
Oh, no chicken for them.
I wish I had more of this. We don't have any of these besides the worms.
Well, I'm pretty sure if there you can get meat out of that, you could potentially dehydrate
No.
it.
I mean,
Mm.
never tried it like that. We do eat them sometimes.
Well, if there's meat, there's a way to dehydrate.
Have they? How far into the earth have they gone?
What do you mean?
Like as a society, have they gone into the earth like at all? Because sometimes there's like layers.
Not so much as like doing it like they'll track the old tunnels
Mm-hmm.
that the worms make, but other
That's-
than they didn't even dig they just know of where to mine based off where the pyramids are. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the only time they've ever been underground.
Okay.
If you ask when you ask the Isik that's what she'll tell you in this reply.
So bizarre. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Check out. We have a good amount of time before the banquet even really starts.
I'm more interested in people watching, seeing how people interact with other people.
She looks up to the two suns and how one is like over here. And
I thought
other
the
one is,
dome
like,
was closed because of the sandstorm.
You can still see through
Okay.
it.
You didn't explain that.
No. So yeah.
It just darkened when the storm was.
Yeah, it is, but you can still see the two suns as you look up to it, and she's kind of with
It's like telling time.
with astral like navigation. She's seeing where the two suns are almost lined up.
Would I just be able to tell what time it is?
I think he last time he did that was a disadvantage because the two suns.
Yeah.
Because it's two suns,
Yeah.
you're not used to seeing two suns.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were in the deprivation chamber for like 24 minutes but felt like 24 hours, it probably messed up with your time sense a little bit.
Well, that's
So, as what she's doing is she's looking to see where the suns are because they don't overlap on each other, but one is getting closer to the other. Like one sun moves faster than the other, so they're almost on an eclipse. It's not the start of it, but it's close. That's when you can tell that it's getting dark. Ish.
Gotcha. So you want to people watch? There's a lot of people out.
So if you want to go ahead and make a nature check
okay.
with disadvantage to see what time technically of the day you're going to look at.
10.
Hard to judge.
25 hours in sunlight, 25 hours at night.
Maybe.
Welcome to Alaska.
Maybe. It might be longer.
Days because the two suns, yeah.
It could be like Alaska.
No, more like the nighttime is shorter when the suns overlap. And that it's nighttime period. You don't know how long that lasts.
By
So yeah, kind of like Alaska type of deal, because one sun moves faster than the other.
people watching, I mean like watching the residents interact with other people, seeing what vendors are selling outside, how they're selling them, what their society is overall like. What food, because I know there's usually like street vendors that are probably selling food, so what their food looks like. More just kind of soaking in what the overall culture is like, so that we know kind of how to
seeing you guys
represent
like
ourselves.
like look at each other, like trying to figure out how about we go to the observation overscape, and you could see the full city in its full view. And by the time it's done, we'll have like an hour to shop before the banquet would begin.
Sounds like a plan to
Mostly
me.
at night. So if you want to, we can take the system to, you guys can sightsee the thing itself. It's usually how we travel, but for new people, it's more observation. But there is an overhang that kind of, you can see it.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
That way you can get the full layout, you can see what you want to stop at and go from there, and at that time it'll be for the banquet. Yes?
Sure.
So they go, and they lead you back through alleys and stuff like that. It's like a labyrinth in its own right, the bazaar itself. But get out and right past where the station is, because there's many hubs of this teleportation system. So above it, you see a rail, like a monorail. It's not, but you see the starting point of one. And he goes, "Oh, well, just go up here," and she puts her beads across, and it, like a scanner scans it, and a skiff materializes. Like it materializes out of thin air. Step on. This will show you around the city, and you will stop in places that you want to stop at.
Alright.
All aboard.
So get up, and she just hits a couple buttons, and it starts off on a track, and then there is no more track.
Can I ask her how she calculates what time it is? I would like to learn so that I know how to tell time while we're here.
So I hold my. So to do this, we hand up there to make a small little keyhole that you can see through. So that way you don't get damage from the sun's eyes in it. And when they are close to overlapping, or when they start to touch, it is the conjoining of the spheres that we call, and it brings the darkness, night, as we call it.
Do they have a numerical time system, or is it just... Okay.
Just watching, like,
Yeah, they look at the
Okay.
signs. They kind of judge where they are. That's what makes work so fucking difficult. It's kind of like you have your own hours type of deal. When you want to call it a day, you call it a day. But
I kind of
Work at your leisure.
what she says to this is that, see, the smaller one, what do they call Oris, goes much faster around. At least that we know of. It goes down on that side and comes back up that side much faster than that one. That one moves slow, very slow. So we judge from Oris how it passes Mikhail, and then we go from there.
So, like, little hands and big hand on top.
Sort of. What's a clock?
That pub table. Sorry.
So Oris is like their day, whereas... Would that be correct, or would it be like... Do they have an official like day ending system? Like they do they have an official
I'm
night?
thinking more like
Or is it
pitch
more-
black.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because my whole thing was like, all right, does it have... Because if one of them moves a lot slower, could that be like their year, and the other one is like their day?
No, because a full cycle is for the sun, for both suns to go down and come up
Okay.
is that much longer. So
Okay.
Okay, so how Isaac describes it as when Oris gets behind the other one. From what the Stargazer says, it has a higher gravitational pull, and it locks it in until it full cycles down. So sometimes it goes past faster and doesn't lock in through the gravitation like it's too far away, and how they describe it. So when it's closer to a thing, it locks in, and we have 65 hours of darkness. So that's kind of how we start the new day when it comes into it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you can talk about that math bullshit. There's 50 hours in a day, but 65 hours are night.
What?
how long the
Yeah.
day is. It doesn't,
Mind
it's
fuck
not,
that.
It's not 24
Mind fuck
hours.
that. Frank math never works, guys.
It's not 24 hours to make a whole day. It's longer.
Okay, so yes, I won't say 65. I'll say 32 or 19.
Okay.
So
There is-
18 hours of sunlight, 32 hours of night.
But I mean, you haven't seen nighttime yet.
That's why the things come out.
But yes, so you guys get onto this thing, and it does look like like the starting point of a monorail system itself. But again, it has no track. But it looks like it is guided on a fixed track, and you just can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes you. You see, you're leaving the bazaar, and the bazaar is bigger than you think. Like Pittsburgh itself is the bazaar. Okay. And then you have the living quarters. And by the looks of it, how you were asking before about society, there isn't there are ones that are much bigger houses or mansions or chateaus, if you want to call them that, more remotely spread further away from the city.
Mm-hmm.
But as she points out, those are just shelters to take in place for the night or from the storm. So they're not mansions themselves.
They're hovels, basically.
But you go through there and you see that they're scattered all out, and there are shelter points too that she goes on. If you ever get in touch with Duststorm, you want to find one of these buildings because they look almost the same. And it is a mansion-like type apartment that has these mini shields go out that are outskirts of the actual main city. Going on the left side of this on this track, you can see that there is a massive oasis. Beautiful lake, multiple lakes, gardens, shrubs, trees. And it is big. It is take like the Appalachian Trail itself. That's how big this oasis is in its right. And this is where the rocks, like the perch or master drink. This is their watering hole. But this is also where we share the same thing. So we have a bestial connection between these. Usually for us E6 warriors, when we are born with or next to a newfound rock, and we grow in size to where we have a mutual bond from birth.
That sounds familiar.
It's pretty interesting.
So they are always with
Except
us
for not
until
birds.
we die.
Yeah, someone that does that with a drag.
And they can choose whether to move on and to die with us. Mostly by right of the warrior falls, we slay the beast either way, as the symbiotic nature goes. Because sometimes the bond doesn't always happen to a new to an old. If one of us would die, the bird might reject it.
That makes sense.
So sometimes we just go with the natural instinct and just slay it when one of us dies. It's kind of like in our honor ceremony. The bird sometimes takes to granite or it will fight us. But if it beats us, then it stays. And if it wants to name Master of 5 free, it can do it as it wish. That is its right to passage. So this is what we do. But yeah, and it kind of like, it's almost like she's controlling the skiff itself. But she's not, because there's no gears, there's no will, there's no nothing.
It's just she's
It's
not.
her hand.
So it's like a spell gem or shit.
It's the beads on her hand. When
Oh.
she moves her fingers, it's when it shifts or rotates. So she pulls back, like you're pulling back a gear, and
it slows down to where you can see it. It's kind of like, this is Jurassic Park. But yes, there is like all this, and there's like a mini bazaar next to the Oasis for more of like, you know, people who want recreational time. This is what that is for. Or want to get away from the busy life of the city. This is what you go to. And it's like on the same side too because it wraps around. Like they're like, what's weird about it is the city is crescent moon ish. It's like the more format is like based off the Oasis. The Oasis is the big old crescent moon type ordeal. And then the main city or the bazaar reaches to that point. And then past the actual Oasis are the shelters that people go. So
On the other side.
they have to travel. That's why the teleportation system is in place to get them to that bazaar or to work or to the mines, so like that. Because walking will take a day and a half to do, if not longer. It could take a week to go through the city, or a month to go through the whole city. So they found faster ways of doing this based off what the Stargazers bring. But yeah, this just like that. That's how this city is there. So you have your bazaar and your palace that sits directly on one side of where the Oasis starts, and the bazaar is kind of in the middle, where everybody thinks, you know, like the castle or the kingdom should be in the middle of the city. It's not. It's at the edge of the city, overlooks, because they can see all the Oasis and they can see the main of the bazaar. Shelters doesn't really care, but yeah. And then it comes back around, and it's like you guys have been on there for hours, just because it's so massive to look through. And if there's something in particular you guys like want to see, but other than that, the Oasis is where the home of the rocks, that is their home. Sometimes people go in there. It's where we care. Like there is a section that's forbidden. Like a quarter of this area is designated for like the people. The rest are for the rocks. So like there's a recreational thing, and then there's another section that she kind of points out, which is, you know, the birthing grounds of the rocks to the Isid warriors as the bonding site, and then the rest is like the rock's actual habitat, like, you know, from it. And then it loops back around. And it comes back to where it normally was, and you guys can step off the platform, and again she waves her hand, and the skiff dematerializes. It's kind of like an escalator system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, descending and ascending. So if there's anything else you want to go check out the bazaar or go to the Oasis, we can get there much quicker than that system. Because that's our guard routes to where we check everything.
Do you believe it's about time for the festivities? If I'm not mistaken?
Yes. The darkness will be approaching soon, and oh, trust me, it's gonna be a big show for you. I'm excited. We haven't done this in a very long time. There's not been a quest of celebration of a Stargazer in my presence for quite a long time. So just be prepared. But we will get you back to the thing. Like I said, you guys have at least an hour to do anything within the bazaar that you want to before the banquet actually begins.
This banquet, if it's anything like I guess we would be familiar with. I've heard. Do we change into slightly more formal attire?
It's not so much formal.
But do we wear more custom?
You can if you want. We can get you guys set up like that if you want.
Sure. Why not?
The first time ever, this warrior kind of breaks her own character out being stoic.
Oh my god, right?
Yes. To be like this diva, like, oh yes. So she takes you down into the bazaar to an outfitter. And before we do that, we're gonna jump into a quick break, and then we'll see you guys right there.
So just hold on real tight, and we'll see you guys here in a little bit.
This way.
Such a truly beautiful paradise.
Hi guys, it's Shy from the D20Misfits. We actually got a sponsor, and it is with Dubby. Dubby is a powdered supplement, dietary for energy. No crash, no jitters. It's the be the better you with it. I'm a haunter. I work in the kitchen, and of course we do our D20Misfits, our D&D campaign. With that, I'm a big energy drink user, Monsters, NOS, you name it. With this, it's not as super sweet. It's just right. We also get one of these awesome cups. You can get those in there. There is one, I believe it's green. With that purchase, you can actually plant a tree. So I would recommend go ahead and check out the site, w.com, and webenergy.com. My apologies. And with that, give it a browse, peruse. There's many flavors on there. Use the code D20Misfits10.
The night. Hold on to that. Beauty.
And welcome back. So, you guys toured the city of Tamriel, seen how it is set up, how it looks. Now, you have about an hour or so before the two suns overlap each other, bringing the time of dark.
Well,
And you can start to feel sort of the temperature drop.
Like going from blazing hot, it's starting to.
You're looking at like 115, like like average,
You poor bird.
to dropping down to like 86.
It's still hot.
Well, to them they're cold, and that's just the start. It's
Oh,
gonna
it's gonna get cold.
It's gonna get cold. It gets cold out in the desert, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there going, well, finally cooled off a bit.
Ugh, excuse me.
So she has the delight in her eyes.
As she takes you down to the outfitters, you can see this person is like a belly dancer type attire. Jewels attire on her waist. Pants are low rise and baggy, almost like sheer, kind of see through. Same with the top brassiere part, as it were. She has the sleeves that go all the way down, but again they are baggy and they are see through. They are very lightweight.
Jasmine.
Yep, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
But not so much like that.
Yeah.
They go.
She has the lantern sleeves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like a classic genie.
Sort of type of deal. But that's the attire, basically, if you're in some type of festive like that. You want to be comfortable because there's going to be a lot of dancing, a lot of partying, a lot of mingling with people. But all very, as you can see, I mean, there are so many different colors to choose from.
Just imagine bones in that. And
You
it
just
looks
see,
awful.
you see lantern sleeves and feathers
It looks
everywhere.
awful.
So it all depends on what you want or like to wear, and you can see that there are mannequins or just stuff like that you don't have to like. You don't have to try anything on.
You could already see what
you
it's
hold it
gonna
up
look
to a mannequin and it projects you. It's a reverse mirror type ordeal.
That's really cool.
What?
Bones, why don't you give it a try? And
So
see
like
what it
like
looks
for the men,
for
it's
if
like
you don't
the
like
vest
it,
and
you're
a
not
shirt, or
actually
sometimes
wearing
there is a shirt or whatever like that. And you have the baggy MC Hammer pants type ordeal. The parachute pants, you know what I mean? But like again, like takes Ryu for instance and drags him up and shows the outfit that's there, and it's like just stand still and just look at that, and you can see his image projects onto the mannequin as if he was wearing it. And that's how you look like if you want to wear it. And it can be modified and changed or added. As the shopkeeper or the outfitter of this, she just welcomes you with a big smile, very elegant type structure as she's doing it. Darlings, how can I help you? What would you like to look like tonight? Is there a special occasion I need to worry about?
Banquet?
Oh, well, the festive part's going on tonight. Fair. Oh, there's plenty of range to do. What color?
He's
suits
just
you?
like, I'm not here.
Instantly hidden.
Do you have anything in black for a man?
I'm not changing in anything.
You're not doing that.
He's like,
But
no.
I'm a party pooper now.
she holds up. She kind of looks at you. Don't hide.
You've got such a beautiful face now.
I am good. I am comfortable in what I am in.
Issa goes up and whispers in your ear, and she just went. It just snatches him, drags him into a back room and shuts the curtain.
Have fun.
Oh no.
All you're gonna hear is Nell like, no, wait, no, ow, no.
Now don't go there!
They are stripping him down.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, if we were a fly on the wall, this would be hilarious.
For once about the butt end of a joke.
Don't worry, there's still time.
But Yep. You are getting outfitted to a Stargazer type set. You have no control. Sorry.
Assuming direct control.
Listen, I got
Like, even you yelling or anything, it's like, oh, pipe down, don't be a baby. It's only gonna hurt for a moment.
Oh.
Deep
God.
breath.
Nope.
But I will let you guys describe what you guys want to.
Ooh, alright. So let's go first. Let's put
I'm trying to think logistically how this is going to work because a lot of their outfits, I would assume, are wrapping around at least the
However you
top.
want it.
I'm trying to think about how this is going to fit because unless she's wearing like one of those early 2000s, like, do you remember like the butterfly style tops with like the open backs?
I mean, that's
Unless
what you
she's
want.
wearing something like that, I don't know exactly how stuff's gonna work.
Because the wings?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they can make it work for you. To describe your outfit and how you want it to look, and there it is.
Circle back around because I have no idea right now.
You got another room? She's like, you got another room?
No, it's being used right now.
She's shy. She thinks the feathers won't look good with the outfit.
Oh, we can make anything. You having a hard time deciding, or we will make it?
She's like, I'm scared.
I can get out of this.
Listen, they got nails, so you might as well join the party. It'll be fun to wear something pretty. Oh God.
Don't
do that.
Anywho,
Oh. Something in blue for that one, probably.
Hmm?
Something in blue for that one, probably.
Blue and gold, get it correct.
I'm thinking about it.
well, since you guys are deciding, what Nell comes out with is he doesn't have a shirt on.
Dang.
She goes like this to the above the top.
He, what's your constitution score?
Constitution or charisma?
Both. Like, what's your score?
One's better than the other.
Constitution's 15, charisma 16.
Okay, so he's average fitness build. He's toned. So, Nail comes out, no shirt, no nothing of that nature, but he has a cardigan that goes all the way down to the back of his knees and is covered within stars and shapes.
This is also the first time you notice that his arms, his torso, his back are covered in tattoos of the constellations.
Ryan.
So she uses the cardigan as the full depiction of the astral signs with the cardigan that's straight down the floor, and it is a dark blue, almost in a way with the light. It almost brings out like a dark purple towards it, but the stars are all. Funny part, the stars actually glisten. And he has not a turban, but like a band that goes around that has a star and moon and sun type on it, like a crown. But there's also like a small plume of a black and gold type feather that also has stars on it like that. And it has a moon gem right in the center, like a crown would. And then the pants are to match the same thing. So it's the same color, has that dark blue to a purple glide, and it also has the stars constellation that can maps him out perfectly with the tattoos that are on him to that. She knew exactly what to do. It's kind of like she's not, it's like she remembers what one of them actually looked like back in the day. So that's what she comes up with. So you probably feel naked.
Oh, yeah.
He is overexposed.
I don't have my weapons. I don't have my cloak. I don't have my boots. No armor. This is wonderful.
You can keep your bow with you, I assume. She looks at all the different colored material, and she is going to go. Oh, white. Why not? Matches the wraps around her eyes. And it's gonna be almost like the same thing. Like she's gonna have a band here and have the lantern sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
It has like the cuffed top, and it has almost like gem strapped down to the pants, and they're the lantern poofed pants as well, and metal bangles on her ankles.
And sandals, no shoes, what?
No shoes. Still has the wig on.
What?
Looking at something.
Are you okay? Well, there are other people that need to describe, so go ahead.
So, right, you wanting to keep with his Drake Warden colors.
I am terrified.
They can have a purple and match the block of your fingers.
And you're fucked.
I am.
You said they had like the shirt stop, all with like the.
Kind of. It's a very light based tunic. If you want to put it that way.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Weird. So it's that, but there's hints of gold over it. And then kind of reverse for the vest. It goes over top of it. It's a gold vest with the light blue
Accent.
Yeah. Kind of a similar kind of pants to what Nell has.
Did you figure out what you're doing yet?
Because if not, she's dragging you to the back. Feathers are gonna fly.
To make you pee? Or?
Well, the thing is that Bones has been wearing the same thing for like a good long
For like
while.
ever.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So.
Well, the mannequins, they show that if you don't want to do that, you can at least look at that, put something on it, and it looks like you, so you can really see if you're like in there.
Sorry.
Was that your decision?
She's like, not good, nothing.
Don't let my creator juices go, because I already have ideas.
I'm
She already has ideas. I'm gonna put it that way.
okay. I'm kind of intrigued.
That's fine, I guess.
What, Bones?
For Bones or for in general?
In general, I got ideas for each and every one.
I'm kind of intrigued to see what you come up with.
right there anyway, so I'm just gonna let it happen.
So, okay. So,
Because what I have in mind and what you have in mind are probably different.
Probably.
So I want to see what you're thinking.
Going off, okay, so with Bones, go with that one. This is an elegant violet color for like those lantern sleeves that go down. And it kind of goes down with the same type as if it's low top, but it goes down into a corset to actually give her a humanoid, more of a humanoid figure.
Shape, yeah.
Very light corset, not restraining at all, as it were. But this purple has little knickknacks all around, like belly dancers have like all that jingling and jewelry stuff, except it has bones all around it. Little bones.
Okay.
Tolerate it.
There are bones on it.
And
Bones is
flows,
on board.
And it flows down as it gets down toward the race. It transforms more into a sheer type skirt that goes a little bit past the knees. The same thing. All accents and all the jewel lines that go down. For every time you move, it's like the little bones are clacking together. The same part up top is if there's a veil for your lower beak, or for your upper beak, like a mask, where it just it accents your eyes more, makes them pop out as if it weren't there, and you had that same sheer type material of that same lighter shade of violet type reveal that comes around for your, like a mask, as it were.
I'm keeping my gear and my cloak on though.
I can imagine that she has her gear on and they put the outfit over it.
Well, I don't really have. It's just,
Yeah.
you know.
So for Amari,
I might edit this after we figure out what it is.
fine.
Okay.
This is a mix between gold, blue, and a little bit of like orange type color accent. You're taking what your armor is and any symbols that you have and is incorporating it. So it is a low part dress type, same idea as like Bones goes, except it's more white or red, as it were. But it does have the sun, and like the rays do shoot off an accent all around you as if they were cords all tied around you.
So they really do love night and day here.
Oh yes. Goes down to the multi-sheer type skirt dress, and the same thing. There are little tassels of suns that string down in this golden orange thread that pop down as if like the sun was setting. So you definitely look night and day as it comes down, because it transitions halfway down into night or dusk, as it were. So you go from very bright with the white and the red accent to pop out the sun with the orange, and then it shifts, going from white to the orange to a red, and then back down to orange again, like you were fire itself from the sun, changing from noon to dusk.
Okay. So what I'm going to add is, because with the way that this is shaped, it's going to kind of need to be kind of like this shaped in the back so that her wings don't get squashed.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, she's, you know how like the dancers usually have like the like gossamer wrap thing? She's gonna grab one of those in a complementing color, and then I'm kind of gonna take from like Indian culture a little bit, with kind of sari-esque wrap. Also, they're really big with bangles, so I would do bangles in accenting colors as well.
Okay.
So it isn't so much like her legs would jangle, it's more her wrists.
Okay.
I actually was gonna edit mine the more I thought about it. Kind of do almost like I did at Dragon Thrones. Instead of lantern pants, it's the open skirt.
Yeah.
But on the sides they have like a crisscross pattern from here to here, so it kind of closes it.
Not
Um,
sides.
But she'll still have the bangles from her ankles on.
Y'all just want to jangle.
Jangling's where it's at, man. I love bangles in my nipple.
Well,
As much as it is like a cultural element, it's also very much a, if you're going to dance, to make your presence known.
Make some
Well,
noise.
we don't know their culture here.
And she goes, "Oh wait, I totally forgot one thing," and she grabs you again.
Oh no.
And she takes a dyed out piece of charcoal and accents your eyes.
Well, so you got bad boy eyeliner. Oh yeah.
No, like the Egyptian eyeliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
Smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave. Never has some friends.
Careful now, they make him look too good. We're gonna have to beat everybody off with sticks.
Well,
Thank you.
it is my pleasure. But now, I think it's the best work I've done to save myself.
And for what to be
Oh, Lord. Shit, nothing.
well, thank you. I will definitely treasure this. This is something new. I am not used to this kind of material.
I am so out of my freaking comfort zone.
Though I will say, I definitely stuck all my armor and stuff in my bag. That is going with me.
Well, she also has a bag of holding, so
That's I was
She,
like, oh,
Just in case they can't, that they can understand him, he speaks it and thieves can't.
okay, yeah. I gotcha.
The only person
She replies back. You know, you can bring your bag of holding and tie it to your waist. It's just a nice little bag there.
What's all in that bag?
For my bags of holding, I think the only things
mine. Not much of really anything at all. I mostly got the bags for storage purposes because I was carrying a whole bunch of crap. So it was literally just like random stuff like excess ember and
Well, it only holds up to like 12 cubic feet, and that's it.
yeah.
Most of the stuff in mine's out, and the only
So
thing
like
I
stuffing
have,
the armor and weapons and shit in it, it might fucking be
Boom.
full to where it does go boom.
Well, I have more than one. I have like 3.
Just.
I have 2 bags, but
I know I have a
our only thing I really
bigger
have is
one.
2 of the snidgets in each,
Is it a
which they
handy
don't take
hammer
up
set?
very much.
Yeah.
The big one.
So I can have the
Yeah.
I have
pistols
the
in
big
there,
one.
so if I needed to,
You
it's
got one of
this,
each.
or I pull the rifle
The
out.
2
That's
bags
really
of
all that's
holding
in
and
there,
a
so I
handy
have
haversack.
my
I
guys.
just have the bag of holding.
Yeah, because it clocks weight when you move stuff
Mhm.
into it on D&D Beyond, so if it does become overfull, it does pose a big problem.
Well, I guess I need to put this back on.
So, to the celebration.
And you could already hear it. For it is darker. For the suns are now overlapping on each other. So darkness come a lot. And initially, as soon as the 2 moons happened, it went from like 86 or something like that to like 25. Whew.
Glad you
Yeah.
girls, ladies. It's cold out here.
But as soon as you feel
Cloak.
that breeze, the dome activates again, and it's more comfortable.
I was about to say, the boys are gonna be
It's
cutting
like
glass.
62.
That's so nice to meet you.
But same thing. What's weird about this too is its purple flames start adorning the bazaar, the outskirts, to give this purple hue glow over everything as these ghost lights come kick on. The nighttime
Smell my outfit.
electricity work type of automatically kicks on as soon as it happens. And they had said they were a purple flame.
Sunstone my outfit and everything looking white now gives it a purple offbeat color. Colors, man.
Then you hear it. Fireworks. Like something you would see at Disney type ordeal.
Nice.
And each one when they explode are stars, suns, moons. To show sign that if it hasn't been known yet, it is known.
Stargazers here.
I'm paying attention.
I know you're paying attention. We're just like,
No, That's the pretty much
Awkward.
I think that's the party look. It's just like, oh.
He's brooding.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
He's the
Don't
kid
worry.
that got dressed in Sunday clothes against his will.
Don't worry, join it. We'll make a club, the Burgers Club. You're the latest member.
But leads you back into the palace. Grand hall now is now set up for a gigantic banquet. But it's not just like there are tables all around. Most of them are within half-moon shapes, as it were. But the pinnacle one, where the Sultan and the Queen and all that, is shaped like a star. It has the rays at different points off from this table. But still, as soon as you step in, there are entertainers, there are bards around, there are magicians going around, there are dancers going around, there are acrobatics going around. It's like a circus in here.
Firebenders?
Like a full tilt circus is happening while you're at this banquet. And there is, in lack of better terms, there is some meat on the table because of the worm that was just harvested. So there are meat. It just looks really weird. Some still have
It jiggles like jello.
Who's eating who now?
I was just gonna say that.
Who's eating whom now?
So like it's all in different shapes. Some are like in kebab style with it, but there is a lot of greens, a lot of vegetation, a lot of fruit. So it is more of a vegetation type ordeal. There are breads and stuff like that, but they are very thin. It's like llamas bread is what, they're very thin flatbread type ordeals. But there is fruit, there are salads, there are countless other things like that. There are some that meats are wrapped up in leaves. And it's just like the aroma is just a nice fragrance of fruit, vegetables, stuff like that. And vegetables, some you recognize, some you know of, like maybe there are some potatoes, there are some stews. Mainly it's, with the worm.
Why do I see this going Indiana Jones real quick?
Right? That's what I was just sitting here thinking.
We're on the same wavelength, thank you. But
I
yeah.
was just thinking that, I'm like,
Okay.
well, I feel like this is the Crystal Skull.
I wasn't thinking of the Crystal Skull.
Which one were you thinking?
Temple of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Monkey brains and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Well, I was going that idea, but not that way. But what I will say is that, you guys are out, and as a delicacy for them, as each within is a egg. Slightly smaller, not a gigantic, like ostrich-sized egg, but close enough to an ostrich-sized egg. But
Not rock cakes, though. Oh, they're
That's
rock
what it
cakes.
is.
God damn. I'm gonna hide you in here now.
but they are already cracked as it is. So as you see the Sultan and stuff do, is they take the lid off. And the steam first catches you, and it smells foul. Then it starts to sweeten up a little bit, savory taste. It starts to smell. You start to smell it, and what it is not Indiana Jones Temple of Doom base, but it is the eyes of the worm sitting inside the bowl of the egg.
I see.
You get to see what the inside of my stomach looks like now.
It's a
You didn't
his
even
thing-
go in there.
It's
Is it
not
in
so
my-
much of the, it's a slurp. It's like
Oh,
yes,
I need you
it's
to
like-
stop making mouth sounds.
it's like
effective
consuming a raw
immediately.
egg type ordeal, but at the same time it has a little bit of a crunch to it.
So more like oysters.
Yeah.
Slimy.
More like fish eyes.
Oh.
Oh, so it's a.
I was thinking more like onsen eggs.
It's more of that nature. But what is there that you recognize afterwards as you're partaking in it? It's kind of a soup-esque thing, but you do pull out small bones. It is the deformation of certain rocks that don't make birth.
I'm gonna slide a hand with the eye in my bag.
It's a big, droopy eyeball. Letting you know that now.
Speaking of big droopy eyeballs,
Not literally. It's
Like it's the size of this chest.
Yes. Oh shoot! Where'd it go?
Fucking Bill
My only
Goblin
thing-
backpack.
my only thing is, why do you need the eye?
I mean, maybe, you know, other than books, you can have an eye to look at.
Walks back. I see you.
It's a delicacy type ordeal.
Is it gonna be like?
It's a vacuum of space. I'm pretty sure it was
Okay,
for a while.
that was my whole thing. I was like, would it
No,
spoil?
above table, Balverix put frickin' boar and pie in his
For
bag.
how long until you took it out, though?
I mean, yes, it is a extra dimensional pocket that it puts in there, but it doesn't preserve it.
Yeah,
thing
that was
slow-
my whole thing.
Balverix pulled that
Food
stuff out.
generally lasts for how long before going bleh?
I mean,
It's a worm eye. We have no idea. You can't put physical.
Listen, I'm just saying, I wouldn't.
Might explode in the bag. Then you got eye goo everywhere.
Oh no! Absolutely
It's an
not.
And
eyesore.
some eye jelly.
No, what if something happens and it just, as soon as you put it in, it just everywhere.
And Mari wasn't like that.
Don't like that on me.
I mean, literally, like,
She's got her eye on you.
like I said, it's weird because like the iris itself is jello-esque,
That's horrible. I know.
but the white part of the eye itself has a crunch to it, like it was dry, and then the iris was sucked out and put back in.
So kind of like a double dip. Like, what's it, like, brains?
Like a
Bird pudding.
like a poached egg.
Take the back.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking more like a scotch.
Here's what you want.
More poached. Because as soon as you like break it, it's
Yeah.
Well, I don't want.
but yeah.
Somebody can eat.
Well, even with that, I mean, from royalty, a delicacy of the realm, you got a stomach shit. Tell you the truth.
That means con say it. Con. If you're not, you're
I
looking
can't
at it
be
like that.
poisoned, so
Well, yeah.
And it's not that, it's regurgitating
Are you
it.
gonna throw it up and they'll be like, "Oh my God, bless"?
I mean, honestly, I would say with even Amari's thing, with it being a high delicacy of the realm, not eating it is an act of insult.
all right, I'll eat it.
Hang on.
He's eating some weird things.
That's
This
it,
is
Dave.
another one.
You
Hey,
you
right,
wanna
usually
roll
eat
for
some
the
weird
tum
stuff,
tummy?
so there's
Oh,
nothing who to him.
Wait, do we have?
I know it's
Mixing
a different
blend
realm.
of no, you don't have to roll.
Okay.
For sure.
oh, okay.
No. It's just like I said, it's a very weird. It's a weird taste.
It's like this big.
Yeah,
Okay, so think of like your Indiana Jones type ordeal.
I will not be
You
eating
know what I mean?
that again.
Like
No, I'm imagining, because I just watched it because, you know,
It ate
it's
me, I'm gonna
coming
eat it.
out in live action about How to Train Your Dragon.
uh,
When Toothless regurgitates the fish, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, dragon stomach fermented fish.
And he's like, "Eat it."
but I mean, honestly, for like those who eat it, it's savory, and it tastes foul, but it does have a very savory aftertaste.
Look,
I will immediately be eating something else.
Like it smells foul, but the taste of it is actually pretty savory.
Okay.
Like eating like a stew or something of that nature. Like a hearty stew, but it has that a gravy-esque taste to it. with egg on top. Like I said, it's a weird combination. It smells foul. Tastes good. Looks disgusting. Tastes not bad. So it is something new for you guys. And there is a big rack of ribs that come up too. And you see these that kind of look and take a full rib off and lays it on her table or on her plate, and it takes over her plate.
I feel like the Flintstones when they had that giant rack of
Yeah.
ribs on the cart. Yeah.
And
The brontosaurus rib.
That's, I was literally just getting ready to say that.
she gives it reverence before she eats
That's rock ribs.
it. It is the ones that choose to die with their forms.
Oh, we got a rock of ribs here.
Because E6, I mean, even if you look at it, you're looking at that and you're questioning it, and she goes, E6 are not allowed to take part of biomagic. We die pure. So do our rocks. Once it died, we consume.
So it becomes part of you once more.
That's no.
If you don't mind me asking, if a rock falls to one of the worms, do you do the same thing? On the rare chances if it does even happen?
If a worm it takes a rock, then it is of disgrace. As if the gods themselves deem the rock not worthy to be flied. So we don't touch it. That is the food for the worms. We would eat off the worms or harvest off of them. Oh, by the way, you need to try this. And she pulls this jug and pours into your goblets. And it is a greenish liquid.
That's warm blood.
It's warm milk.
Warm blood.
I've had warm milk, never warm. I've had warm milk, but not warm milk. Yeah.
And it's like eating. It's like slurping. You have to slurp it for one. It's not a drink. You have to slurp it. It's like runny cottage cheese.
I was thinking more like
Little fermented, so you do start to get a little buzz off of it.
Ugh.
I was thinking more the gelatinized of those. The frick are those? The can of like the hot dog things.
Vienna sausages?
Yes.
Yeah,
Whatever, it's jelly instead of like liquid.
But yeah, kind of like cottage cheese. Like it looks like tapioca pearls are all through it, but it's not. It's just coagulated.
Oh God, how are you
So it's
feeling?
literally curds and
You
whey.
don't want to know.
How are you faring
Do
with
they
this? Because if
split it
someone
off,
drinks
like
it, it's also
how
a
platypus
sore.
do?
Whenever they like drink that kind of thing, like, are you going?
It is a vein that we cut along the underbelly.
Okay.
It's worm's milk.
Is it milk or milk?
I don't want to know.
She's asking that. She's like, is it milk or milk?
Worms typically reproduce asexually too.
Yes.
Don't
So,
you
yes,
utter
yes,
another word
yes.
about that situation.
It's that. Exactly.
They literally
It's
fuck
good.
themselves.
Drink it. It's good. It's so good for you. And she is guzzling it down. And yes, what you would think of. Guys have no idea. You guys do not. But yes, it is that type of.
I keep interrupting with movie references. Pacific Rim, Kaiju Bone Powder, Grease's Veil Potency.
I hate you, Mikey.
So we're drinking fermented screaming semen demons.
We're drinking bull milk. Pretty much.
I'm not sleeping tonight. Fuck you.
Your character's probably not gonna sleep at night. You're gonna be like
Like I said, I told you guys beforehand. A for one. I told most of you guys beforehand. I wasn't supposed to be taking notes. It's not your guys' fucking job. But when I said I wanted to do an Egyptian world, I was stoked. This is why.
You
We
sick
haven't,
too.
we haven't even got to the other part yet.
You sick bastard.
The other part.
Well,
No, what do you mean the other
there's
part?
how
Listen,
big is the glass?
This is like, like Doom. Like they drink from the worms too, except the worms regurgitate in their mouths. So
how big
you're
is
taking
the glass, sir?
like a normal. No, yes, and it's like,
Why?
and it's not.
Because them, it's like a milkshake.
Like I said, it's like cupped like that on the goblet, so you have a good bit.
A shot. A shaken, not stirred.
Like I said, it is like drinking runny cottage cheese in the sense of it.
Well, you only live once. Why
I
not?
have never wanted to smack myself in the forehead more than what you just did. Ever, I think, in my life.
She just goes.
I had to involuntarily make sure I didn't do
Top
that.
that one, bitch.
So
Please
Still
don't.
not as bad as feeding
Please
the liver.
don't. Please don't.
So she goes.
Hey, but challenge
like
accepted.
She goes.
Please don't. No.
She goes and just like. Ugh.
Pretty much reaches
If
in
they
bag.
refill your cup, I swear to God, I am not.
Oh my goodness.
And it is literally, the taste of it is almost like whole
I
milk.
don't want to know.
That's not helping. So the consistency is like spoiled milk, but it tastes like regular milk.
Consistency is like
But sour.
like drinking a cement mixer. Have you ever had a cement mixer? Alcoholic drink?
No.
One time.
Okay, it does. Okay, when you it's a shot. When you drink it, it curdles in your mouth.
Yeah.
automatically.
Ow.
Yeah, it's that. You shudder
Okay.
for a second and you're like,
Yeah, like you have to down it. So, yeah.
It's
so
the-
again, when
Yeah.
you're in there, when you're drinking and it's in your mouth, it's sloshy. But like the taste, like I said, it's like drinking milk directly,
Wondered
not pasteurized milk.
what was that, a lake?
So yes,
you see
that's what it
Ryu,
tastes like.
see Ryu reach in his bag. Use your-
Water skin.
Hey Lucy, want to take a shot?
Why don't you let Isak try?
Wait, which one is that? The
Yep.
How about
do.
let Isak try? Would you like to try a drink from where we're from?
Drink from our travels.
Well, if you don't want it, we have wine.
No, he
No,
would just wish
I'm-
for you to partake. If you wish.
That's right. Just hand over a goblet. What is this, blood?
It's the green
No.
dragon.
Oh, it's the
That one that
one from the last one.
we breathe fire. Remember?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she drinks it.
3, 2, 1.
What in the hell's? Oh, I just breathe fire. Oh,
Fine.
give me more. I'm
Now
like,
you've done it.
I am like the rock that breathes fire.
2.
Oh, did you see that? You need to try this.
It's
Oh.
gonna be gone. I hope you know.
See, I dealt with like bandit children. You're dealing with all the E6 of like, I would breathe fire now too.
If you must know, this is what we call dragon's breath.
I wonder. Hey! And she points. She's curious and I have no idea how this is gonna react.
I swear to God.
But she
it
takes
makes
the
me
village
do-
full and turns them upside down and puts the bottle on.
Are you gonna drink off that now?
Nope.
I regret what I did for the
gloves all the
Klondike
way
bar.
down.
And puts it in there and then just let it sit. And then puts the bottle back. Actually, she takes it and she's like,
And then he starts spinning.
No.
He invented
Does he-
breakdancing.
Does he literally jetpack himself up off the ground?
Okay, so he's laying face down, ass up.
Oh,
He's
okay.
pushing
He
Yes.
slaps.
It's a worm!
Look, he's doing the
And
work.
she goes, oh, I love it. Oh, it's good.
She can have that.
But yeah.
It's powerful stuff.
Oh, I know it. It means a funny projectile too.
This is Isek's best day of her life.
Oh, goodness.
We're sitting there, just cracking up.
What was this over conversation?
That is not what I meant to do. I am sorry. I accidentally turned on Spotify.
But
Oops.
so is there anything you want to ask at the table, or with the Sultan and stuff like that?
Oh, Sultan's what is Sultan's reaction to that?
he's-
He's at our table.
I say they're all
He's
probably
like,
laughing at
alright,
this.
y'all are entertaining, you can stay.
And what's weird is he's not all fully masked up. He is a little bit, but he shows his actual physique, and he is multiple augmentations to him. Multiple. One of his hands is completely robotic all the way up to the shoulder.
Alright, we're a soldier, we
And
see
it
you.
goes more over like Jack's. It goes all over to the backs. And he doesn't. And like I said, like he's showing more of his skin than anything. But what's weird is when you guys clock it. Actually, if you guys want to, who is proficient in medicine, you can roll.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I am not. I have +5, but I'm not proficient. You don't have to
15. 18 plus 7.
Nice. Okay.
You are getting quite in the
So-
graveyard.
Amara, what you're catching is that where it metals skin to metal, there are black veins starting to form, like it is an infection.
Oh.
So like beforehand, seeing what happened with the bonding,
Yeah.
that he's having actual reaction to it.
Yeah.
That's why he's
So-
rejecting
So it
Potentially.
could potentially end in necrosis. Gotcha.
So not every bonding is.
So that's why he was wrapped up, is to make that look. But when you see him, he looks like a really bad leopard.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is. But except it's not so much necrosis type of deal. It's just this black vein type structure starting to form.
Like Tony Stark.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's not so much like alien. It's elegant in its marks.
So it follows his actual like blood vessels and stuff.
Yes. So it's more elven-like or elegant as if that is, but it is showing that signs of like his body is starting to reject because he has too many augmentations.
Is it something that's healable?
You don't know. You're like I said, all of you guys are unfamiliar with body arithmetic.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. And even knowing that, looking around too, a lot of other people.
Or like this with their augmentation. So even if, say, one of us got one, we could end up like that
So
too.
you guys can easily ascertain that this material is starting to reject people who have more than like 3 augmentations to it.
It's like metal poisoning.
So it's kind of like it's a mix between metal and arcana and magic poison itself. But yes, that's what it is.
And I don't mean to be rude, but what happened to the Sultan? Why did he need so much done to him? Or was he doing it willingly?
A mix of both. He was a great warrior at one point in time. So when the Stargazers came down, we were at war with another race. And this other kingdom was
they have way more firepower, way more than we do. We were primitive, and they were coming with advanced structures. We didn't realize that they were stargazers of your own, just invading our place. It wasn't until we brokered a deal that happened. He was a warrior, fought in many battles, but they showed mercy instead of death. So they augmented him in his wounds, but he liked it. And
So he's been around since the last time my people were here.
yes.
And actually,
Which, by Bones' outlook, is a sin. Because they are going beyond their natural lifespan.
way beyond.
Way.
But it is more of a. Once he got used to it, and it didn't really like. Once he knew what he could do with it, become stronger, stuff like that, he got more because that was the deal. Teach it to our people so we can live long lives like he did. Greed took. As he
Story sounds vaguely
There's
familiar.
more metal than skin than flesh. But he hasn't waned, he hasn't faltered from his first projectile path. He hasn't faltered once. He is true and just to the T. He looked out for the safety and well-being of our people, and we have all of this. We used to not. Now we live in a paradise where nobody has to die, where nobody has to fall sick or lose a limb in battle. Now we can just manufacture a new one. So it is a blessing, but it's also a curse because now we are overpopulated. We can't. There are times of famine. There are times when the worms hibernate or go deep under. We can't find any. So there is a source of scarceness that comes along with it. But with people not dying, it's becomes a curse. And there is a sickness that goes about having too much.
I believe we are quite familiar with curses ourselves.
While the festivities are going on,
You know, I want to lighten the mood just a little bit.
Well, the mood's already light. There's circus people
For
all over the
us.
goddamn place.
I know
But
we're talking.
that talk, I get how it's serious.
Do you have targets?
Meaning, what?
Targets. Things to aim at.
Decorative.
things you
for
don't
training.
want. I don't think they want bases or anything to be fired at.
I mean, we do have arrows and stuff of that nature.
Oh, I have
Not
them
about
like
for
that
like
covered. I just need targets.
a range type of them, but
For a show.
for a show.
Ah.
What would you need? What would you want? You want cups? We got little saucer cups.
You can
We got
do
little
cups.
plates.
You can do whatever you don't mind being fired at.
It's not like we can't fabricate more. So
That's true.
Above table, real quick. Viking, later after the party's over, I'm probably gonna come to your room so that we can have a discussion. Not like that.
I saw you in that vest,
Immediately,
by the way.
yeah. And mostly so we can talk about what you're missing one. Like what would happen if we intervene? Especially if we do something that then triggers the
You don't want another
metals currently in the beings with them in it.
You're thinking it could be another World One incident.
Except it's everybody's metal failing all at once.
I mean, that could have led up to the World of the Ebenexes.
or before.
So that's, I was like, it depending on what we do, say we, you know, deactivate something, what if that also deactivates the metal in people's bodies?
The only ones that would be left are the Essex. And the rocks.
Well, actually, the queen is not.
And the queen. So you'd have her.
There are a couple people who are not pure.
Yeah,
And babies that are
it's
born,
literally just the people, because
There
some people
are
are
some like
fine.
devotees that are against that. They treat their bodies more like a temple type of deal.
Would you want to do this together?
Let's do it.
What are we doing?
And she
Frank's like, I'm sorry, what?
she's asking if she could set up a spot that's not where people are going like dancey or whatever. And once it's done, and little vases and cups and everything, they're like, stacked up pyramid style or whatever, however you want to show it. She reaches into her bags, and it's just like her wrists sink and her arms sink in this little bag, and then she pulls out her pistols.
Okay.
Did you bring your bag too?
She's holding a gun show.
I will pull out the Oathbound bow. Okay.
And what are we doing here?
You want to be on one side and I'm on the other, or are we going like, pew pew, haha, I take that, your turn? What do you want to do? How do you want to do it?
I have something planned.
Okay.
I will let you go first.
Alright. I believe it's a plus 10.
What are we doing?
We're firing at the cups and the vases. We're just doing a show. Just like.
Okay, so you have them set up as a pyramid, and you're just shooting them off?
Yeah, it's like a little target
Are you
practice.
doing like in
for
rapid succession, or are you doing it in a trick style?
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine
what
you
are you
guys-
doing, man?
We're doing trick style.
Okay, so
imagine
explain, because these people, A for one, have probably never seen a firearm before
Oh no,
in life.
never.
Ooh, what if you guys do it where you know how they have like that brick game where you like take a little block?
Also, it's like Jenga, but
yes,
cups.
Jenga, but with the cups. To see
Alright,
who knocks
trick
it down.
shots.
Okay.
I just think that would be funny.
Easy with it first and try not to knock the whole thing down. How about that?
Especially if one of you hits
I
one and
still
like
have something
everything
better.
wobbles.
Alright, so what am I doing? You said I go first. What's the
Whatever
better?
you want to do.
They're just doing TikTok.
You said you should be better and plan for entertaining the masses.
This is
Yes.
what we're. I would say the
Literally.
conversation isn't like us
Problem,
going
don't
back
do
and forth like
anything.
this, and everybody's like, we're waiting. It'd be while they're setting it up. That's our conversation.
Okay.
I mean, on the loop. You have a better plan. What's the plan?
Man, I'm up for whatever target practice, honestly.
They set the targets. I cast darkness on it and shoot into it.
And hope to not miss and hit somebody?
I can see through it.
Oh, that's true. I can't. I mean, I can kind of see where it's at, and then you cast it and try to
Just not move and stare at the end of the void.
Okay, I thought you had something way different in mind.
What? Shoot the bullets out of the air?
No, I'm thinking, you ever seen The Great Wall?
Yes.
So three cup
Yes.
tray, that's what I thought you were doing with your...
Oh, we can do that.
I mean, that was just my idea going in there.
However you want to do it. I just have to make sure I keep my eyes locked on where the cups are and listen for what's getting broken. If it sounds it's here, there, or up there.
Well, I say, yeah, if you guys are doing this as a trick or performance,
Opt on my phone, the 17. Performance is
not so much as like shooting a target, but
Dirty
performing
20.
it as a trick.
17 plus 3, dirty 20.
So both at dirty 20. So it is a trick, and it is seen to be rolling.
he's like, I'm like bang, bang.
The e-sig laughs. She goes, that's funny. That's primitive.
Oop.
What do you have?
She has her whip.
Join us.
She'd go ahead and I'm just gonna say she fucks this up because for one she's getting
Really drunk.
belligerent. So she takes her glaive, lays it flat or holds it horizontally, sets a little teacup on And she's staggering a little bit. 'Cause she rolled good. But she rolled good enough for this. And she takes it and she flings it up, and then she turns the glaive, and an energy beam goes.
I like that.
Just like off Stargate, their staff
Yeah.
opens up into a laser type weapon.
If I do anything, no shit breaks.
Yeah.
Let's not use the actual arrows.
I got one more. It could be
That
fun.
would be fun,
It
though.
could be bad. But I've always wanted to do it.
I don't know.
You said that it's primitive and you showed us something fun.
Well, she takes it, flips it, and does it again, and she shoots it, and it goes into the roof. She goes, shit.
Isak,
How much?
would you like to sit a cup on your head?
No. I am not there yet. I'm gonna hold on.
Oh.
She takes more of that warm milk and just
Cool.
it just starts to drip down the side of her face because, like, you know, she's just drinking.
And
Like,
it's just like gloopy.
yeah.
Here's some more.
She goes, okay. And she just,
Would I be rolling the straight the shot roll, or would I be rolling performance again? Performance. 22.
waving with her staggering like that and laughing and throwing a rocket, she's poof, and she's okay, no blood, we're good. Woo! Don't do that shit again.
And she like twists the guns and puts them. She like pops them back into the bag of holding and pulls her arms back out.
Scared me sober.
You know what? He's gonna do this.
Oh, fuck, it's not.
Oh, yes,
It's an outmatch bullshit.
No. Because of the boast properties,
Okay.
I'm going to cast Druidcraft through it.
Okay.
And shooting it straight up. No, because arrows will magically form with it.
Right.
Aiming straight at the ceiling, and they see him draw back. As he's done 1,000 times before. Precise. And lets it go. And as it impacts the dome, it begins raining sparks that turn into fairies.
Druidcraft doesn't do that.
Yes, it does. It allows me to sensory effect. You can create a harmless sensory effect such as falling leaves, spectral dancing fairies, a gentle breeze, and the sound of an animal, or faint odor of skunk.
They are in.
I do.
As you
Drunk.
look at it,
They are drunk.
They just
Where
walk
there's,
and they're like,
magic stuff. Not the rats.
truly remarkable.
Look at you in your wee little boots.
I'm barefoot.
I know, me too.
Stargazer. That's
Are you sure you're not drunk? Good lord.
Always fair.
We like to come up with stuff to pass the time.
It is very remarkable. And as the feast continues, trick shots go off, or the circus goes in, there is dancing to be afoot. Do we believe that there's going to be more communication within this festival?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as the trick's there and you see the people applauding and cheering and like more the livelihood kicks up, that this is like almost no hold bars on who can out trick people on top of all the other festivals that are there. They're just looking at it and they're just in awe with that last show of the arrows up and the stars falling into fairies dancing around. They're just in awe before they fade away, and they're just like, even the kids are like, wizard, do more.
Do it again, do it again, do it again.
Pretty much, like the little kids are like circling around you now, like, do more.
Yeah, there are.
But
Yeah,
with
there
that,
They're Gandalf and the fireworks.
Yeah.
yes,
And that's what we're going to call it tonight. With that last big spray of display, and has everybody in the community up on their feet, especially the kids starting to flock, of seeing this display that you just pulled off.
Show off.
Still, the
The perks of
festivities,
multi-class.
the festivities
Yeah.
continue, more singing and dancing to come. So I think that's a good name to leave on a good note. We haven't done one in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a hot second.
Yes, not doom and gloom, but it can easily turn south.
And all of a sudden, something jumps out of the window.
Roll for initiative.
No.
The Pharaoh Rocks attack.
Yeah, no.
No.
You don't want that.
That's why I
But
say it's
anywho,
a joke.
But yeah, it's a good way to leave tonight. So hope you guys liked what we're doing. Again, you guys can always hit that notification bell and stuff like that. We are slowly
Punch it.
creating
Fucking.
more and more.
Don't
more
punch
and more
the screen.
subscribers. Yeah, don't punch the screen.
We don't want you to break your stuff.
Go
And
sleep, go
if
sleep,
there's
go sleep.
anything else that you guys want to see, just hit in the comments below. What do you guys want to see us do? You know, other than that, we do have our talk show we haven't done in a while that we kind of need to.
I was saying, we need to do one here
We
soon.
need to do a throne chase
It's
then
been a hot second.
shortly. Maybe after Riot we'll do a throne chase
Before we get to the last world.
before we get to the last world, or we'll
Yes.
do like an end of the campaign type discussion to see what you guys wanted to, if you guys wanted to answer questions stuff like that. I think that would be better than end of the campaign discussion.
Yeah.
Just to see what everybody wanted to go through and stuff like that, or any questions about things that we didn't cover before. Or
Well, we
you want
normally
answer
do
to.
one beforehand and then one
Well,
after.
we'll see how it goes.
Because we have our predictions, yeah.
We can do that way. So, yeah, you know, comments down below. We're still doing Stream to Serve. So if you guys want to donate, it's right there. Again, we are in the works with the Four Horsemen to try to get this charity event up and going. We're just trying to set on a date here that's accountable for both parties and go from there. So, thank you all for joining. And from us, the D20 Misfits.
Good
night.
night.